Alright, is this thing on? I think we're on. This is yellow, but it also says we're live, and I can see me in the box, so we're gonna go with that one. So, hello! Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy, almost mistakenly labeled Christmas. Hope you're all having a great time. We're gonna be streaming as we normally do on Saturdays. We're gonna be playing Starfleet Command, probably for about an hour or so, and then we'll shift on to Roguetech, as we're wont to do. So, without further ado, let's kick off our pirate campaign and jump right back into wherever we were. So, if I'm not mistaken, we are still in the Blackjack. Alright, recently we underwent a change, or rather recently a new type of vessel has come online, the X-type heavy cruisers. Unfortunately, they were rather disappointing compared to what we already had, so we decided not to jump into them. We have weakened one of these, right? Yes, the planet of 1912 is currently very vulnerable to us, only down to a cartel defense of 20, so we'll do work on that one, and then we need to knock down this one, which is at 65. We're going to see if we can't get some work done. So let's just quickly check our supplies, make sure that we're not completely boned, and we don't appear to be. All set. Let's kick up our shuttles. We need probably a couple of missiles. Yes, we absolutely do. Apparently we've been burning through those missiles faster than I thought, and a mine already. So now that we're all kitted out, let's go on, jump right into things. A convoy raid should be a relatively great way to start things out. After all, we are pirates. This is exactly the sort of work that we do. And apparently there's 2, maybe 3 ships here. Yes, we got a frigate, heavy cruiser, and ourselves all stacked on top of everything. So let's kick on the speed and sort of get ourselves extradited from this situation. A little bit too close, guys. Let's see what we currently have. We have a single freighter out there, 2 freighters, 3 freighters, 4 freighters. No escort as of yet, so we are going to have to expect it coming from the assault position on the other side of the convoy. We did get the Pugnator, who is 2 F-type plasma torpedoes and a couple of phasers, as well as the Romai Palma, who is... Wow, that's a really, really terrible heavy cruiser. 2 F-type plasma torpedoes, 4 phaser 3s, and 3 phaser 1s. Ugh. Especially in the X era now, this is just terrible. Alright, let's focus on who is probably our Q ship out here at the front. Might be wrong, but he is at a different direction of travel from everybody else, so it's generally a good idea to assume that. So let's kick our speed as far as we can go. We want to go quite quickly, if at all possible. And then we're going to drop down by 1 so I can convert a single Wild Weasel shuttle, as well as a scatterback. That we have enough energy to do everything. If this freighter is indeed a Q ship, which we do assume it is, we'll go to the fleet screen to make sure. FLPL, never mind, it's not a Q ship. This will be equipped with a couple of light phasers and nothing else, unless I'm misreading this, in which case it might have 2 G-type plasma torpedoes. I don't think so. I think it would have to be an FQL for that to happen, but we will find out relatively shortly. Our R-type plasma torpedo is almost fully charged. Let's kick out a couple of missiles just to sort of get his attention. Let him know that, hi, we're looking in your direction. He has already opened fire with a couple of phasers, although it doesn't look like he has actually managed to touch us this time. Excellent. Let's kick up to full speed. We'll go a little bit of electronic countermeasure just for some point defense, as well as a pretty decent shield reinforcement on the forward bow. And according to this, the missiles are telling, wow, actually he does have F-type plasma torpedoes, so the FLPL is indeed an armed Q ship. I thought the FQL was the version. He did, of course, use a Wild Weasel shuttle with which to distract our missiles, so he was able to avoid the just retribution to which he was due. Hello, Raider. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the stream. Happy to be here with you guys, having a good time. How about you? How has your Saturday been so far, Raider? It's always nice to hear from you guys. So, this poor Romai Palma is probably quite dead. 2 more missiles, plus the plasma torpedoes. He grabbed the 1 missile, but he took the other, and this... Ooh, still not dead, but I think we can move on. We no longer have to worry about him. We're going to go over to the rest of the convoy. Let's kick our phasers up to overload so we can hopefully kill these guys in somewhat short order. Cold, and you've had a decision to make. What is that decision? Is it something you can share, or is it private and secret? Like the sort of things that I do not let my players know about in D&D. We currently have a couple of other vessels. We have an armored priority transport, and I think they took out the Romai Palma. Yes, they did. Excellent work. Our crew is not exactly the most powerful crew, as you can see. I mean, this is pretty nuts for a heavy cruiser, but they were able to get at least that much done. Let's come over here and take out this armed priority transport, make sure that he doesn't have an ability to do anything to us shortly. And he survived. Interesting, but his shuttle bay is gone, so this might be able to take him out. Grabbed the one, took the other, and nailed him. And apparently this missile is frozen in space and time, which is quite cool. Still just a couple more. You have a girl that you're dating, but found out that she was lying to you. Ooh, that's rough, man. Sorry to hear about that. Unfortunately, I can't really give much in terms of relationship advice. But, man, I feel sorry for you. Good luck with that. So, with any luck, things will be better than we assume. So we've almost got this convoy knocked out. I've been trying to avoid using heavy weapons because I assume they're going to be able to deflect them with their wild weasels and the like. Although, it might not be a terrible idea to try and dump something on somebody. Let's dump a pseudo-torpedo right in his face, and he reacted right immediately. That one's going to be up to your gut, Raider. I'm sure you can make that decision, and I hope you make the right one, which I assume you will, because it's your decision. Although in cases like that, there may be no wrong decision. So best of luck to you. I hope things turn out great and well. Don't worry about it. We're all here to have a good time and be distracted by things. So, things are being a little bit rough. Sorry to hear that, and I hope things get better. After all, everybody deserves some happiness in their life, and good things are due to everybody. Alright, he reacted pretty much how I expected. He dumped the wild weasel, although I kind of thought I had already used one on him, but maybe not. Alright, how about you? We've got an FHL who is already taking a little bit of damage from our little chasing heavy cruiser over here. So let's just give a little bit more firepower. I just realized I have no phaser firepower to speak of. That's why they've all been surviving my hits. Oh, that makes suddenly much more sense. So now we can actually deal with that. We'll cut down the speed so our phaser capacitor actually charges this time. Although the plasma torpedo from the Roguetech Palma might be able to do it if it's real. We don't know if it's a pseudo torpedo or not. It was absolutely real. And still didn't manage to take out his shuttle base. So we're going to focus our missiles over here on the Prime Trader as we sort of dance over here. See if we can't take out this FTR. Never mind, he's actually surviving. Phasers. More phasers to get involved? No, maybe plasma torpedoes. Well, I'm glad to hear that we were able to help, Raider. It's always nice to hear that, that we're making people feel good and better. So, photon torpedoes still not able to get quite the job done, nor is the light phaser fire that we're able to send his way. As long as he's holding onto that missile, though, he's probably in trouble. And there we go, managed to take him out without actually taking out his tractor beam, which I'm going to chalk up to being somewhat impressive. So let's go. Oh, wow. Oh, this is a large hospital freighter. Suddenly, we remember we're the bad guys. Going after hospital convoys, but then again, these are pirates, so do they really have any actual hospital convoys? Or is this just a covert drug smuggling ring? I'm gonna guess covert drug smuggling ring. It helps me sleep better at night. So a couple of more missiles heading off to this FT-1R. We will fire our R-type plasma torpedo if he does not wild weasel, which he did not, so eat the R-type plasma torpedo. And there we go. Anything left to suggest that hospital ship? Let's just increase the speed of time then, because his days are numbered and he knows that. So we're going to jump right on top of him and phaserize him to death. That is, of course, if the Roguetech Palma doesn't get to him first, which she has not so far. There we go. Convoy defeated for our first mission of the day. Did waste probably a couple of more missiles than we really wanted, but they're missiles. At the end of the day, they're supposed to be used. Do you get more prestige if you capture the ships? If you capture the ships, they self-destruct. I'm not quite certain why they do that, but they do. Just joined, Echoing Raiders Last Main, love watching the stream. I was actually just at the point in the last Roguetech episode before the second fight. Oh, well, that's cool. I'm glad that you decided to join us instead of finish the episode, although make sure you go back and finish the episode at the end of the stream. I'm glad to have you with us, Sean. You have proven to be invaluable in many ways, as you all do. So let's just pop ourselves up. We got more weapons again, and head off back to the weakened tile. And we'll hopefully be able to bash our way through that one. Another convoy raid, which is very appropriate for us being pirates. So I have finished recording the script for the top 8 video that I kind of want to get out in the next week or so. Although at this point I'm now constructing the music in the background and having to record actual background footage to display while I'm speaking over about things. So that was a load off my mind that I finally got things moving on that one. I really wanted to make sure that I had one of those top 8s done before the end of the year, and it looks like that might actually happen. So definitely looking forward to being able to display that in the near future. Although, with that, it is very funny because I was looking for the appropriate Starfleet command music, and I was able to find it pretty easily in the files. I mean, if you just go into Assets, Sounds, and Music, it's all there in a file that you can extract. But the thing that I found out is that all the music in Starfleet Command is modular. You can mix and match and add it onto other things. It's all done in like 4 to 10 second clips, except for a couple of specific songs. And that has proven both to be highly amusing, very fun, and somewhat frustrating to work with. Because instead of just grabbing a single track that I can just lay down on the background, I have to take each individual component of the song and mesh it together, which is really cool. And it kind of tells you, what about copyright takedowns? It's the background game music, so I assume it's not going to be too much of a problem. Also, Taldron doesn't really exist, neither does 14 Degrees East, so I think I'm going to be fine. Besides, I don't actually make any money for all of this, so I am less than 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 minutes of watch time. Actually, no, I definitely have the watch time, but I'm under the subscriber limit, so I don't have any monetization options out anyway, so it won't really be much of an issue, I don't think. If it does end up becoming an issue, well, I'll just strip out the background track and probably underlay it with just the in-game sounds. That'll probably work out fine. Is there intellectual property inheritor to the Taldron games? I'm assuming it's Activision. Activision is, after all, the publisher of the game, although, at least I thought they were. Flicking through my book, I don't actually see Activision on the front of it, which maybe not, but I'm fairly certain that Activision was somehow involved in the making of this game. Oh, actually, whoops. Yeah, I am the dumb. Oh, boy. Okay, this is gonna hurt. I was not paying attention to what was going on, and we are about to get hit by a lot of plasma torpedoes. Defenses on, overload. Ow, lots of ow. He's actually really, really well designed. He's... Wow, you have more firepower in your plasma than a dreadnought. Oh, because you're an XCB. I got you now. It's a heavy bombardment cruiser that I was just not paying attention to. Okay, so high speed, low drag. Let's not actually get involved in a close-in dogfight with this guy, because we've already screwed this up. Maximum power to engines, please. I need more power to defensive systems. Let's go maximum electronic countermeasure. Let's go full shield reinforcement somewhere. Let's just go all the shield reinforcement, every which way you can possibly go. He shouldn't be able to catch us and be charging his heavy weapons. The heavy bombardment cruisers tend to have pretty major power problems. Just, they're crammed with so many weapons they simply can't handle it. So let's go as quickly as we can. There's no drag in space. That is not true, sir. There's absolutely drag in space, and I can prove it. Satellites, they fall down. Also, there's microscopic particles that get in the way and they start dragging down things. Streaming and driving is the #1 cause of death. Yes, this is very too grave, mine. Welcome to the stream. Not sure how long you'll be able to join us, but always nice to have you around. So, yes, Sean, you are wrong. There is absolutely drag in space. So we're going to have to hopefully just avoid him in this. We're going to be going back to old school style raiding tactics, completely avoid the defender, and then run around and try to kill everybody else. Unfortunately, he's not Romulan, so he's not going to immediately cloak and attempt to run away the moment that he uses all of his heavy weapons. Although there is something to be said for trying to just fire a whole bunch of weapons to our stern and seeing if he'll just back off. Alright, another one taken down. Who's next? I'll come back for you since you're rather weak. I'll also come back because you're rather weak. You, on the other hand, and you are armored freighters. You might take a little bit more of a pounding. So let's open fire with this. A couple of missiles sent off his way ought to be able to make him probably stop, potentially, but no promises on that one. And we're going to come up over here on this FTX-1. You asked about streaming. If you could, I'd like Roguetech to be streamed on Saturdays and Starfleet Command to be streamed on Wednesdays. Alright, so you're actually the first person who's expressed any sort of interest in that at all. So nice to know. I will chalk that up onto the little whiteboard I've got over here. So there's one person raider who wants to see Roguetechs on Saturdays. And we may have started with Starfleet Command, but there definitely is a pretty significant Roguetech contingent amongst the fandom, which I find to be very fun. Alright, let's find that other heavy. Yep, he did dump his wild weasel, so now he is vulnerable. Our missiles are ready. We'll send him out ahead of us because the missiles can get there faster than we can. Up, and he's close enough to be able to fire support weapons, but our missiles are, ooh, not actually as fast. Oh, now I feel like an idiot. I just realized I made a major typo in the script. I said that these missiles could travel at a speed of 36. Ah, well. We'll work it out later. Plasma torpedo, did I do it wrong? Nope, there we go. Just have to remember that the plasma torpedo was on 3, not 4. So we've taken out the armored freighters. Now we can zip around and take out these light freighters over here. The XCB still trying to run us down, and unfortunately, you're just not going to be able to catch us. We are too fast for you, sir. You can try. You will fail. Photon torpedoes are almost charged. Let's dump a couple of missiles out on you. That ought to stop you for a little bit. And the photon torpedoes will do a nice amount of damage. Let's keep this engine repair going. We need to slowly try and keep up with this as much as possible. Eventually, you will run out of power. That is an inevitability. But we'll try and keep it going as long as we can. That way we can avoid running into all of his plasma. Seriously, four plasma S torpedoes? Yeah, plus the 2Rs, that's more than a King Condor or a Godzilla-class dreadnought. So, not something you want to run into every single day. Photon torpedoes open them up, phasers killed them. Alrighty, we're done here. I will see you later, sir. He is no longer going to be able to challenge us. So, we're just going to set course. Where's the nearest map edge, please? Does it really matter? Not explicitly, no. Drop down to yellow alert. Okay, we'll just keep the speed going and shut off the engine doubling, which allows us to stay at a speed of 31. Excellent. Keep repairing the engines. We'll fix things back up to normal, and he's not going to be able to stop us, I don't think. Maybe. Power systems? What am I currently at? 3. Shut off the electronic countermeasures. Just go 3 points of power on the aft shield, and we'll be perfectly happy. So aft shield only, reinforce, and maximum speed of time. You ain't catching me anymore. Even with that, you won't catch me. In fact, we can fire our missiles back and we've done. We can take him? No. We'd die. We would very much die. He's just got too much firepower for us right now. If we hadn't taken that initial strike on the beginning and not severely damaged ourselves, I'd say sure, let's go jump him. But right now, I'm, what, 5 more points down from being full power? And we've just used up a ton of repair parts just to get ourselves up to here. Like, at the end of the day, if we got into a fight with this guy, he'd probably kick our ass. So I'll prep another Wild Weasel and one of those. How's the repairs? Missiles are almost ready. Let's dump a couple of missiles on him. They're free. Yeah, and that's part of another problem, is he has D-type plasma torpedoes. You will still get full credits for the mission if you don't fight him. Yep. Yeah, if we just destroy the convoy and get the heck on out of here, we get full credit for everything that we've done. Plus, the AI freaks out whenever it gets near map borders, so it's always amusing when he breaks off hard. So, goodbye, nice to know you, but you have failed in your mission. We'll zip on out of here without actually dying. This is going to be an expensive repair, though, just because of the number of repair parts we used. We tried not to use that engine doubling trick too much. High speed, low drag. Exactly. Warp is the ultimate low drag, and there we go, we finally neutralized this tile. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. So let's 155 points of repair. Another 27 for missiles. Shuttles we didn't use, but we used 15 spare parts. And there were 2 Marines caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. How unfortunate. Alright, fully kitted up once again. Now we can finally start blazing away at this planet. Cartel defense is 65, though, is going to take some time. A monster mission, though, could be a good way of getting a little bit of that cartel defense away. And a relatively simple mission, depending on who we fight. And it is a sun glider, so that instantly makes it not an easy mission. And we're being escorted today by the Tardish, who is, well, he's okay. I mean, I suppose he is rocking 6 phaser X's, so that's not terrible. And the Flammapenna, who is just terrible. I'm not quite sure why they sent this, but it is a large sun glider. Great. So we are currently looking at a phaser 4, 2 Gatlings, and then like 8 phaser 1s. In addition to his traditional shields that he will be able to spit at us, which is not fun. He is one of the few monsters that actually can defend themselves against missiles. So we will open up with a couple of missiles just to distract him a little bit. And we'll have to get on top of him and blast him as much as we can. How much power I currently have into things? 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'm sapping that shield budget. I have other things in mind for you. Mainly powering my ship at full speed. Which we can just barely do. How nice. So the forward shield is being reinforced. We're not using any electronic countermeasures just yet, but that should be just fine. And how are we doing off over here? Well, apparently one of them has pseudo-frigates, but unfortunately they're Lyran-designed pseudo-frigates with disruptors, so they're automatically terrible. The Lyran pseudo-frigate is possibly one of the most disappointing fighter squadrons in this game, and I do recall Hawks exist, so yeah, pretty terrible. Although I think you can actually have fighter squadrons of just shuttles. I think they do exist. Should look into that at some point, just for the amusement factor. Even then, that'd be a close toss-up, because they're probably cheaper. Yep, we're looking at 1 phaser 4 at the very least, plus... Please tell me that's not 9 Gatling phasers? No, they're all phaser 1s. Okay, it's only the 2 Gatlings, 3 Gatlings, 4 Gatlings. Oh god. Oh, this will be painful. Luckily, we don't have to mess around with just trying to put in... Yeah, that was to be expected. What is the weakest race in this game, Lyrans? Absolutely, Lyrans. The Lyrans suffer from so many problems, not least of which is their scatterbrained approach to combat, where they add disruptors, which are long-range weapons, and combine those with the ESG, which is a point-blank range weapon. The Lyrans really kind of suck in this game. And it's just no getting around that one. Their pseudo-frigates are terrible. They've got Mauler battleships, which is really cool. I mean, I've got to give them credit for something, but I didn't mean to get that close. Eat that, please. And shut off all your systems. 98 damage. Plus more phaser fire. Start slowing down. Phasers to overload, please. We need the additional power for the charging and things. But yeah, Lyrans are just overwhelmingly underwhelming, if that makes any sense. So, if I had to pick one as the most terrible, they would absolutely be the top of the list. And by a fairly wide margin. I'm of course not counting the pirate factions, because the pirates automatically, all of their ships are slightly weaker than the normal races, so that would be slightly unfair. There might be a pirate faction or two that's better than the Lyrans, though. But the Lyrans do have a pretty decent number of ships to pick from. So there is that. Lyrans with lots of ESGs are frustrating for the Marag to fight. They're not, though. That's the thing. If they're using their ESGs to take down your missiles, they're not using their ESGs to hurt you. And if they're not using their ESGs to hurt you, what are they accomplishing? Equal amounts of disruptors in the anti-missile defense? They don't have anti-missile defense, though. They are using a huge amount of their heavy weapon budget on anti-missile defense, unlike every other nation in this game, which uses an AMD or a Plasma D. So that's... Even against the Marag, they're pretty underwhelming. So that was something that I was really considering as part of the top 8, just what sort of characteristics made a race good or bad in this game, and the Lyrans just consistently came out bad. So, and disruptors are pretty terrible weapons anyway. At least in the context that I had been looking at them for the top 8 that I had been doing. So they're great skirmishing weapons, but that doesn't really help you, because you're not going to be able to open them up through their reinforcement using your disruptors. You're going to instead have to use your ESG. But if you want to use your ESG, you got to get right on top of them, and that defeats the purpose of the disruptor. What would balance them? First and foremost, they need an AMD. They absolutely need some way of controlling, of being able to handle missiles that doesn't tap from their weapon budget. I mean, that's one of the biggest things. They're designed to fight the Marag, but at the same time, if they want to fight the Marag, they have to use their heavy weapon budget. That's just not good. Giving the ESG an advantage when being used in a defense mode might help a bit, but again, that comes back to the problem of you're using your primary heavy weapon budget for defense. The speed of the ESG actually probably wouldn't help, just because the speed of the ESG, if you've got it at full charge, charges up in 1 turn. So, or maybe 2 turns, but that doesn't help you. What would fix them? Honestly, the X series did help them out a lot with the ESG Lance. It gave them a ranged option that always hit. So that was very useful. More uses of heavy phasers might be something. Heavy phasers really are just disruptors in phaser form with a status effect attached to them, which is really cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not... It takes way too much power to get what you're getting out of it. Wow, we are really in trouble. We've got a Regal Hawk and... What are you? A King Hawk? We're about to look at a lot of Plasma Rs. Let's prep up our shuttles real quick. If I really, really wanted to balance Lyrans, what would I do to them? Their pseudo-frigates need something, because they've got nothing. The pseudo-frigates can be okay in the higher versions, just when you've got a whole bunch of ESGs around, because now you're stacking up a lot of damage on top of things. So maybe a more survivable pseudo-frigate for their pseudo-frigate tenders? That might help. Yeah, especially because fighters are so much better than them. So, more powerful pseudo-frigates might do it. And that would be mostly in shields. Because if you can bring a pseudo-frigate to green shields, you're going to have a very deadly unit on your hands. Although that might just be giving him far too much power for what they're getting. What else? Give Lyrans PF photons. Photon torpedoes would help them a lot. It would give them a ranged option. Really, if the Lyrans had photon torpedoes instead of disruptors, they'd be in a much more comfortable position, because at that point, you're combining the advantages of the photon torpedo, which is a great long-range punch, but still having a good short-range punch. I did not think you'd shoot from that far away. That's pretty interesting. Dump a couple of missiles just to push him to cloak. Let's go full power to the stern, and we're fine. All weapons are charging. We're happy. Speed of 31. You missed the first one. You took the second, and you're holding on to him. Interesting. Probably wouldn't have done that, but it is having an impact on his power. Let's keep an eye on this Regal Hawk. We don't want to get too close to him. Wow, the Regal Hawk is a single R-type plasma torpedo. That can't be the way. RGEX. You've got to be some sort of support cruiser. Oh, you're getting close to me again. I have missiles which I will deliver to you in good time. Please wait for them, sir. I'm going to be bold and we'll prep our second one as a scatter pack. Alright, so now he's got 4 missiles on him. Let's see what he wants to do with this one. Where was it? Oh yeah, Lyrans with photon torpedoes. Yeah, that'd solve a lot of the problems. That absolutely would resolve so many. But that's just based on the strength of the photon torpedo. Oh, there is no weapon in this game that is more reliable than that thing. The most flexible gun in game, bar none. Bar no weapon system in this game. The photon torpedo, you can do anything you want with it. Long range, close range, doesn't matter. And generally a photon torpedo boat has additional systems in terms of its phaser complement, which is almost universally excellent. Alright, that's the crash stop I was looking for. Oh, but he cloaked. That's clever. That's pretty clever. You realize you screwed up and so you cloaked to get out of it. So we're just going to get kind of close to him. We're going to then go out and come back in on him because his plasma torpedoes are almost ready. And, yeah, you're going to crash turn at some point, I assume. I'm expecting a high energy turn at any moment here. Although that will help out. That will hopefully catch up to him. It does mean we currently do not have a Wild Weasel option, which is a little bit scary right now because we know he's got plasma torpedoes that are working. We'll add a couple more missiles to that, so he's got 8 in total heading towards him. I don't think he can handle all of this. I think they're going to get through. And 1, 2, 3. Wow, 3 tractor beams. And good hits. Plasma torpedo. Yup, just at long range. A little more skirmishing fire just to see if we can't weaken him slightly. And that was a high energy turn I was expecting. Took it on the forward starboard side. Not a terrible choice. And did I... Ah, it worked. Okay. This might not actually go through. He might have the Wild Weasel ready for this. The problem with the Lyrans is you've got to give them... You've got to make them tankier. Especially against the chosen targets. So AMDs, more Phaser 3s, or give them a couple of Phaser Gatlings. That might help. But that's Hydrant technology. At that point, you're like, why are you playing the Lyrans anymore? The ESG could use a bit damage bump. Put that thing up to 30, and now you're really talking. Because 30 damage out of that thing? That would be absurd. Photon torpedoes, set up to proximity, because I ain't getting any closer than this. Wow, you missed all of them. That was not expected. Pull away, more speed. Definitely pull away, more speed. So what does the ESG do? So the ESG is the expanding sphere generator, and what it does is it creates a bubble of energy around your ship that you can smash into people with, literally. It will absorb heavy weapons, it will absorb mines, it will absorb most of all missiles, but if you run into somebody with it, it'll deal a set amount of damage. Now, the ESG has a capacitor, which determines how much damage it'll do, and then it has a sphere radius, which you set, which will also determine how much damage that it does. So, it's a really good weapon for hunting cloaked people, because I don't actually have to target and see them to do it, I just have to run into them with my giant bubble of energy. So for that, it works out really good. But it maxes out at 20 damage, it takes an absurd amount of energy to charge, and while it doesn't take that long to charge to full if you have the energy to do it, which you generally don't, it's not particularly reliable in a crunch. So is the toggle on off? No, you turn it on once and now it's on, and then it's on until the capacitors run dry, and once you've done that, you've got to wait for the capacitor to recharge. You can turn it on early at any point. It will deal significantly less damage, which, as you might imagine, is not tremendously great. You actually have 3 Artep plasma torpedoes. I thought I was fighting something special. It looks, however, like my buddies are all dead, so things are not going as planned. Yeah, I needed to kill this King Hawk before that actually happened. Or Killer Hawk, maybe. Alright, more missiles. You're going to be able to handle them, but more missiles. Can you shut it off early? No, you can't turn it off early. You're just stuck with it on. So, and that's a bit of a problem. Seems like a hard counter to missile boats. The problem is they can only absorb 20 damage of missiles. So that's like 4 or 5 missiles, and then it shuts off. So most Lyran ships will have 2 to 6 of them, just so that you have an additional layer of couple defenses. But again, there's only so much of that there. And then once it's out of energy, it just turns off and it's empty. And the worst part about that is the way that the game is sort of set up and I suppose balanced is the Lyrans don't have any zero energy defense investment. So this guy right here, or actually no, he's a bad example. Does anybody have it? Or none of them do, but one of the most common things that starts coming out is you need a zero energy way of handling incoming small craft. So that'll be the AMD and the Plasma D. The AMD fires just a whole bunch of ton of projectiles. It shoots down fighters, it shoots down missiles, it costs no power, and it does light damage over time. It's pretty good against missiles, especially if it gets lucky because it rolls a chance to hit them. The Plasma D torpedo automatically hits whatever it's shooting at and generally will destroy it. It may take 2 or 3 to kill a pseudo-frigate, but on the other hand, it's a fantastic defense system. Deliverers don't get anything like that, and so when they want to defend themselves, they've got to use this ESG. Well, the ESG is also their primary heavy weapon to kill people with. You turn it on at a close range setting and you smash into people. So you've used your primary heavy weapon to kill people with to defend yourself with. And your backup are disruptors and a mediocre phaser armament. It's just not good in general. Now, maybe there's something in tabletop that just does not get translated over to this game, because there's a few things like that, especially with the ISC. The ISC are supposed to operate in large fleets. We can't really do that in this game, and we don't have good enough control over the vessels we get in-game to be able to deal with that. So the ISC in this game is actually a lot less powerful than they really should be, because normally you'd have a fleet of like 7 vessels in every single battle that you'd go into, and in this game we just can't get that. So maybe there's something missing from the Lyran kit, but as it stands right now, they are hands down the worst faction in game. Their pseudo-frigates are terrible, their heavy weapons are terrible, their ships are mediocre in all regards, and then they don't have anything else to bring to the table. So every other faction has something that gives them an edge. Klingons are super maneuverable, great at high-speed maneuvers, and they bring missiles as a backup. So that allows them to get away with having disruptors as their primary heavy weapon, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because they can still use other advantages to make up for that. And in fact, the disruptor with Klingons actually works out really good, because they have ways of whittling down shields so the disruptors can start hitting the hull themselves, which makes it a perfectly adequate weapon if you're traveling at a speed of 31 the whole time and just steadily plinking away at them with disruptor fire after weakening and getting around to their weakest side. So it makes Klingons really good at that. The Marak also use the disruptor, but the Marak, again, they can counteract that because they use missiles, and missiles do the most amount of damage in this game when you look at the largest ships in this game. So I think the Marak battleship does something in the order of 288 damage. No other ship has that kind of alpha when it comes to just heavy weapons. I mean, you can get up there with phasers too, but if you're just looking at a ship's primary heavy weapons, nobody else reaches that. So you've combined that massive barrage with disruptors, which you can now use the disruptors to blast through holes in the shield that were created by the barrage. Oh, I forgot this is a convoy escort. This could be rough. Especially because you're a Hawk. Are you a Regal Hawk? Are you going to make me really angry? Yeah. Oh, you're the RGEX, so you actually only have a single R and 2 Fs. Okay. We can work with you. You, on the other hand, are a PT3. You're going to be just annoying. I'm going to dump these at you. Hopefully you won't be able to shoot them down and you'll be forced to Wild Weasel, and that'll make me happy. Let's prep a Wild Weasel. Let's prep a Scatter Pack. Be slightly aggressive on this one. What's the light cruiser? SBHE-1X. Alphabet Soup Destroyer. Okay, nothing too scary then. Get forward shields. Get our charge going on properly, and a little bit of a countermeasure. We'll go up to 4. So, let's see, where were we? Oh, yeah. So, Federation, their heavy weapon is, at first, very mediocre looking. 8 damage. I mean, that's... You're in a world where missiles deal 24, and the weakest plasma torpedo is dealing 20, and you deal 8. And if you overcharge it, you will deal 16. But then the photon torpedo can do anything you want at any time. If you're long-range skirmishing, set that thing to proximity mode, you'll just nail people all day, and eventually you'll whittle them down to death. You want to get close to them, overload that sucker, go right on in, track beam, nail them with a whole ton of firepower. So the Federation is just amazing. Oh, the Federation did very, very well in the top 8. And you, oh, so you were a pseudo-frigate tender. That's what you're built as. I think it's a terrible setup, but it's interesting. Oh, wow, you... Never mind, you come with a very good escort. I am not happy to see you. So he's got 2 D-type plasma torpedoes, which negates my missiles. So what I need to do is I need to get him to stop following me. So that mine actually worked. He probably could have turned inside of it. I probably actually would have gone more aggressive and gone through the mine. One over here. One over here. This is going to take some time, and you are already... Oh, you're engaging my defenses. Yeah, I hate you so much. I just absolutely despise D-type plasma torpedoes. Let's keep going around. I'm going to ignore them for a little bit, because they seem to be distracted with me, but the pseudo-frigates are not distracted with me. Did he fire his R? No, just an F. Okay. He still has an R-type plasma torpedo that he's got that he can dump on me at any time, which is not fun. Okay, they have plasma torpedoes. They know how to use them, and I'm not going to catch them. Good job pulling me out of position. I have got to applaud them on that one. I did not expect the pseudo-frigates, and they're probably going to end a couple of convoys before I can get in amongst them. Do I seriously only have 2 allies? What convoy is this? Jeez. We have no friends on this one. That's not going to be helpful at all. So it's 2 freighters, a small and a large, versus 3 vessels, a freighter, a light cruiser, and a whatever this is, a heavy cruiser pseudo-frigate tender. There we go. 1, 2. Fire the missile, you're dead. He just hasn't realized it yet. What pirate ship has got a gosh darn R-type plasma torpedo? This one. This one right here has an R-type plasma torpedo. And you can tell exactly where that R-type plasma torpedo is mounted. It's here, the big purple thing. Because I refuse to believe any other place will have that plasma torpedo. Alright, I've taken care of your pseudo-frigates, so now you're much weaker than you otherwise could have been. I'm going to dump my R on you. Did you fire? Nope, you're still distracted with me. Good, good. Love to see that. Come on, panic crash, panic crash. Fire in the panic crash? Nope, he did not do the smartest thing he could have done. Okay. So, phaser. Did not kill it. Another phaser. Did not kill it. There we go. Alright, so now, dump that. And dump that, and we're good. Absolutely ludicrous. Well, it is one of the best ships we've got. Come on, Pop. There we go. Deal with all that, please. He could deal with all that. Holy crap. We've been flying this ship for like 4 weeks, Sean. Neutrino. Where have you been? Oh, we've been in this pirate cruiser for so long, it's just kind of ridiculous at this point. R-type plasma torpedo, since we're closing, distance of about 5. So I'm going to come right in on top of him. Overload. Actually, no, I should not be doing this. This is dumb because he has lots of defenses. There we go. We've stunned him. And he still has more than enough to handle that. That's just fascinating. You haven't been here? Well, you should be here. This is where all the action is. Currently running through our pirate campaign. Ugh. We have a single large freighter and he's going to die to a PT-3. And there's nothing we can do about it because we have other things to kill. If you have Marines, how many do you got? Because I've got 48 and you've got 7 and I can't put Marines over fast enough. You like the XCB? We don't have XCBs. We're pirates. Need more pirate dreadnoughts? See, that's what I've been saying for the past several weeks. We're at like 12,000, and we haven't run into a single gosh darn pirate dreadnought. That's all I want in my Christmas list right now, is a gosh darn pirate dreadnought, and it just does not show up, ever. So that's more than a little irritating, because that's honestly what we need. We get ourselves a pirate dreadnought, we'll be happy. The Marak XCB? Yeah, that's the standard game right now. That's ridiculous amounts of missile firepower. What episode came out today? Was it Advanced Bombardment? And he's coming on a cloak. And all the freighters. We should disengage. I'm going to see how much I can kill them, because they have done me great anger. Did you just launch a pseudo frigate? Oh no, you shut off, because the game doesn't realize that it's destroyed its target. They don't know what to do anymore. So we have an opportunity to shoot them at least once. Episode 32, Allies. Oh yes, the USS Stephens. Ah, Stephens. That was such a great combination, bringing a heavy dreadnought and an advanced bombardment cruiser. Yeah, the bombardment cruiser is going to get even scarier once we start really stacking up salvos. We're going to be launching over 100 missiles at somebody in an episode very shortly. It's rather terrifying. Did that attack me? I wasn't really clear on that. Yep, he's just going to hold on to that. 2 or 3 uploads ago? What? Oh, advanced... No, that was just bombardment. We did an additional bombardment episode. It's like advanced or heavy bombardment or something like that, because we took our bombardment to whole new levels of insanity. So quite a bit of firepower. Bounce this. We're happy. Phases come in for a nice powerful run here. RAS Flammapena. Alright, he's having a bad day. We've taken out his D-type plasma torpedoes, so they've got that going for us. Dump a couple of more missiles on him, and he's gone. Spoilers, it's an advanced bombardment cruiser. The idea that we are coming to higher and more powerful bombardment levels should not be a spoiler. Alright, they're just shut off at this point, so we're just cleaning up. Unless he starts moving, which I don't think he can. Did he just high energy turn? He's sitting in place, he will not move, but he did decide to high energy turn, so he's got that going for him. Hi, PT3, I should have just stopped by and killed you initially, but I was worried about the Regal Hawk getting involved. I'm sure you understand. There goes most of his ship. Hey, he decided to move again. Did his buddy decide to move? No, his buddy did not. Have a couple of those. I assume you're going to Wild Weasel. No, you're going to grab onto it. There we go. Now just our Regal Hawk buddy. I think this is how we managed to destroy a couple of heavy cruisers in like a feder... Oh, really? 8? Why did I not see that before? If I had noticed this, we would have gone after this heavy cruiser right off the bat and stolen him. Because we've got 4 transporters. It wouldn't be that much effort to get things going. Alright, get me a Strength 3 beam. Strength 3 beams don't often fail. They do sometimes, but not often. So hopefully we'll be able to use that. Hi, I'm going to do to you what I've done to quite a few Gorn dreadnoughts in the past, so prepare yourself. Start to slow down, slow down the speed of time. And how's our tractor beam doing? Okay. Select all weapons. Now go back to the tractor beam so you can watch it. Because I want to know exactly what's going to happen here. Because we have been in situations where we have a fully charged tractor beam and then suddenly nothing. So wait for it. And we are in tractor range shortly. Hi. Oh, that's beautiful. That's just all kinds of beautiful. Send in the Marines, please. And let them go. So we lost the large freighters, but we came back with a Romulan heavy cruiser. Do you think I can convince my boss that that was a fair trade? I think it was. Goodbye, RGE. And once again, he triggers a high energy turn and does nothing with it. Sometimes the AI can be a little bit dumb. This mission in particular, if they take out the convoy, gets a little bit dumb. They just don't think to pursue or do anything. There's probably a bit of a glitch somewhere in their coding on how they're supposed to respond. Because they've achieved their objective. But then their objective doesn't have a further destroy all ships in area. So, I don't know how to fix that, but I'm sure I could look into it. After all, most things in this game are just fully open. Yeah, okay, we were able to negate the negative prestige by doing that. Probably missing an event to end the mission. No, because you can still be destroyed by it. So the point that the thing that you're supposed to do at the end of that mission is you're supposed to leave. But the AI isn't programmed to chase you. So what the AI needs is some sort of command saying, your objective isn't just to destroy the convoy, your objective is also to destroy everybody on the map. So if they get that, that should resolve things. And we know that they can do things like that because a normal patrol mission works like that. They'll chase you to the ends of the earth. But they just won't do it in this mission type. Now, maybe there's a limit on the number of AI commands they can have, and that's getting in the way because the convoy has an order to leave the map. But I don't think that would be the case, because that would seem awfully clunky if they could only do like 2 things. Alright, what do we got? We are looking at a light cruiser and a frigate. Okay, so this is much more our speed, and our escorts are the Shikra, which is terrible, and the Gaia, which is pretty mediocre, and an SVL just showed up, which is a freighter. Okay, we're very happy. I'm going to take on you. You're the Alphabet Soup Destroyer, right? SABXSR? Yeah, you're an Alphabet Soup Destroyer. Let's get the power going. Prep our electronic countermeasure. We don't need 6. I just go to 6 because I'm lazy. Honestly, if we were trying to be ultimate try-hard mode on this one, we would carefully be managing our ECM throughout the entire battle. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to pay attention, just throw it at 6, because the AI will chase you on it, and then it'll get up to 6 and then decide it's not worth it and drop down to 0. Which is kind of dumb, but that's the way it thinks. Even on hard mode. Alright, so you guys should be able to handle this guy, right? He's an SVL, and this frigate normally only has like 8 phaser 1s. So if you can't handle this, we've probably got a problem. I mean, after all, you are a pseudo-frigate tender, apparently. Putting a pseudo-frigate on a ship that small is potentially evil and possibly a war crime. Because you are just looking to murder everybody. Okay, so let's the Shikra in front of us. Not that it's going to matter, because he's probably going to shoot at me. I would shoot at me. You got a heavy cruiser moving in with an R-type plasma torpedo? Yeah, you ignore the PT-3 and you go for us. He's coming out of cloak, so let's invite him to go back into cloak. Plus a couple of these, just for good measure. That was his invitation to go back into cloak, which he did indeed take. And he dumped the Wild Weasel. Excellent. Okay, so let's go full shield reinforcement to the rear, which we have done. And point defense system phaser, overload, activate. Because I want to weaken that sucker as much as I can. We don't normally do it, but in this case I wanted to not have an S-type plasma torpedo. Potentially evil, possibly a war crime. I would shoot at me. Well, wouldn't you? Seems like quite the mistake to ignore the heavy cruiser with an R-type plasma torpedo, 3 photon torpedoes, and 2 missile launchers. I would imagine that'd be a significant mistake that somebody would get fired for. Alright, so it looks like all the fire is being wasted in that initial volley, because the AI does not understand staggering your shots. And he's grabbed down to 2. That's interesting, which means he's used all of his phaser fire but just to shoot at us. Which, I understand, but really, man, you don't want to be wasting 2 points of power every single time. It's a lot of phaser firepower, though. Fired in what way? In death or in jobs? I think in the Romulan Senate, or the Romulan Navy, that's probably a combination of the 2. Just gonna put that out there. A couple more missiles on him. Eventually he's going to attempt to... There we go. That's what we were waiting for. Alright, give me a run to his corner. But while we do that, we're gonna do that. We gotta get around his corner because I'm not sure which plot... cheeky little git. Alright. We'll do this the hard way then. So come around, show the other side. Yes, you're about to have a very, very bad day. Very bad day. Oh, and even your tractor beam is starting to die. He did get his plasma torpedo off, but our shield's held, and that's the important thing. That won't hit his down shield, but he's very badly injured at this point. A couple more phasers to really hurt him. He's lost one of his S-type plasma torpedoes. He's patching up the other. According to this, he doesn't have a shuttle base, so we're just going to go and try and murder him. So let's slow down a little. Are you real? That's always the game we love to play. See if he gets up. I'm gonna guess yes. Hey, we were right. So we wasted a shuttle, but that's alright. And He has no plasma torpedo at this point, or at least he shouldn't for the next 3 turns. He could be lying to us, which happens on occasion. So a couple of missiles going his way. He'll be able to bounce them on this shield. I mean, he'll crush the shield, but there we go. Who's next? You're a PT-3, you're a super buyer, which you had 2 S-type plasma torpedoes. Never mind, I considerably underestimated this ship. This one was actually the, well, more dangerous? They're actually really equal. That's surprising to me. Okay, let's go kill this SVL-3 because he's an easy kill. And no other reason, honestly. Phasers are overloaded. The capacitor is full. Let's just run him right the heck over. Dump a couple of missiles in his face while we're at it. We have them. We may as well use them. At least it wasn't a KEX. What's a KEX? And you grabbed them. You're holding them. And you're still holding them. Okay, I was hoping you would not be capable of holding anything at this point. City torpedoes are my favorite concept. It's a stupid, powerful weapon that play poker as whether it will murder you. Yeah, that gets even worse when you're playing as pirates. Because everybody else has probes. And so if somebody fires a plasma torpedo at you, the first response should be probe. Because then you'll know if the launcher is empty or not. Pirates don't get probes. At least not until the X-type ships. So now you're really playing poker with them. Like, do I believe you? Yes or no? There we go. Okay, so it's just the single BHX left. So a King Eagle, which the King Eagle and the War Eagles were replaced by Hawks. Yeah, King Eagles were, really the entire War Eagle line is kind of disappointing. But that's because it's an old style Romulan technology. It's the first of the 3 Romulan eras, and so it kind of suffers for that. Poor power generation and the idea of we must overgun everything we put into space. So, although now that they're in the X era, I mean, a ship like this is perfectly acceptable. Twin S-type plasma torpedoes on what is essentially a light cruiser? Or are you a frigate? A BHX? Battlehawk? Could be. Capital X for all the additional firepower that it ever needs. He's not charging up too quickly, though. So, as soon as our S-type plasma torpedo is ready, I'm probably just going to start trying to grab onto him. May as well try and get things done. He has pretty ridiculous shielding. Holy crap! That is impressive for a ship this small. At least this isn't an Akula class destroyer. The Akulas were great. I'm not sure which you have a problem with them. So we're just going to come right around in here, try and hold him here. Oh, we've knocked out his... Oh, you're in trouble. We've knocked out his shuttle bay. Just got to stay in his baffles, and we should be just fine. With no shuttle bay, you're about to have a bad day. There's... he might get us around. He is actually beating us on this corner, which is very not good. Phasers are ready. Punch through more, and we've knocked out a tractor beam. And his aft phasers are mostly gone. Oh, and we took out the plasma torpedo too. Oh, insult to injury. Couple of missiles. Add on to that one. The Akula class destroyer for the Federation? The one that had no power for... No, that's the Saladin. The Akula is the twin nacelle design. And way cooler. Yeah, I like Akulas. Saladins are a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, they took the Akulas out of the game. When they changed the models and stuff, they made them all Saladins, and I was really disappointed in that. Because the only Akula is now the Akula Mark III, and it's the X-type destroyers. So, it's one of the things that I want to fix when I just go back in and modify all the models and stuff. Which I'm starting to think I will probably do shortly. Alright, let's come back in here. What have we got you down to? 65 still? Oh, are you just going to be stubborn and a potential problem for a long period of time? Another patrol then. We are starting to slowly lose money though, so we should probably stop taking so much damage. Or wasting so many missiles. We could set our missiles back down to mediums, that would save us a ton of cash. But we've only got 2 launchers and I'd like them to be efficient. Single freighter, frigates. Okay, and we're being escorted by the Caleb, which... This is the thing to do. I mean, it's an old, out-of-date ship. What do? You strip off all the heavy weapons and most of the defenses, and you put a cargo pallet on it. Turn it into a gigantic tugboat. It makes sense, assuming the engines are efficient, which I assume they are. It's just really, really depressing to look at a ship like that. And our other buddy is the Sinvenio, which is not too bad. Triple plasma torpedo armament is not horrible. Oh, we got a frigate. Somebody else showed up here. OCR. Light cruiser. Okay, you're mine. We'll vector in on him. Let's prep our defenses and our assaulting weapons, because we want to nail him with as much as we've got. Should be able to ignore a frigate, right? And a freighter. Sinvenio's got this, right? Best frigate ever. It's not even a frigate, it's a freighter. It used to be a light cruiser. Way back in the yesteryear. In yesteryear, when Moby Dick was but a tadpole, these were the pride of the Romulan fleet. They were armed with R-type plasma torpedoes. It was amazing. And then the Hawks came around, and the Hawk is just... The Hawk may be one of the best heavy cruisers in this game. That entire line just is so powerful. It's such a perfect balance of so many different features. They skimp a little bit on phaser armament, but with a cloaking device, who cares? I'm gonna have to do a heavy cruiser top 8 sometime soon. So, what do we got over here? You are coming for me, but I don't care. You are at super long range, so I don't care. Step up the power. I'm at full charge on everything. I may as well just go fast. Hi, little light cruiser. Or little being a subjective determination, I suppose. Let's go and do this. Strength 2 beam, just in case. Maybe I want to hold on to him. Maybe we'll just break away. We'll find out very shortly. You have an R-type plasma... you have a G-type plasma torpedo. I'm going to power ram that then. Strength 1 beam, please. Bounce, grab, die. Okay, that was a little bit aggressive, but it worked. Mostly. And then the frigate came along and decided to be an absolute jerk. Oh, he's got twin Fs. Thank you for breaking my beam. I've got to run, because this guy is actually more dangerous than you. Seriously, a single G. That's just not the kind of armament you want to build an entire ship on. Now a single R, well, now we're talking, but not what you've got, sir. Couple of phasers down the throat. Make him regret being born, eventually. And he has no shuttle bay, so let's kill him. Unless he's got a cloaking device, in which case we're going to be after him. Twin Fs and an R? Wait, what? No, that's a D. That is absolutely a D-type plasma torpedo. We're safe. Oh, but look at that. Just teamwork making the dream work. Able to shoot down all the missiles. That's a pretty significant point defense system you've got right there. Twin Bs. Oh, but that's not going to save you from this Sinvenio with a perfectly lined up plasma torpedo run. Hi, Brigand. I got to avoid you. Okay, good. I think there is a frigate that has an R-type plasma torpedo, although if there is, I'm not remembering exactly which one it is. But I'm pretty positive it's out there. Patch the engines, we're taking damage. We'd like to get the forward shield back sometime this week. We'll drop speed. We should be able to handle these guys at this point. I mean, this Brigand is pretty damaging. Twin Fs is nothing to sneer at. But unless he goes specifically for me, I'm probably good. He's probably more dangerous. Wait. Huh, no he's not. This guy's only got 2 phaser ones. Really? That is just tragic. This guy, on the other hand, definitely came loaded for bear. Imagine if it had an R. If it had an R, we'd be moving at maximum speed and trying to avoid him, instead of moving at kind of slowish speed and not really caring. Oh, your D-type plasma torpedo makes me so angry. D-type plasma torpedoes are such BS. Because they are instant kills on missiles. It's like, I don't even care, just die. And they shoot so quickly, it's like, is there any downside to this weapon system? No? Okay, then. AMDs, at least, you got a chance to get through, but... Did you just fire a plasma torpedo? You did. More power to speed. Hey, the forward shield's back. So now we can defend ourselves from the oncoming hordes. And we're going to waddle a little bit, then we're going to circle on in, and I forgot that you had that plasma torpedo. That hurt. That hurt badly. What's going on over here? An update. Cancel. I don't care about updates. Let's fix up the engines, and we lost a phaser. Not good. They are BS. They're just, they're terrible, terrible weapon systems. Because it's not just the missiles. Pseudo-frigates get shot at by these things. So you've got pseudo-frigates getting blasted by these things. You've got fighters getting blasted by these things. And you've got... Oh, let's fix this real quick. And then you've got on top of that missiles getting blasted by these things. It's just perfect. So what about 6 MIRVs? MIRVs are great. They've got to be used to get through everything. The number of ways to deal with missiles in this game is just absolutely absurd. You've got transporter mines, you've got phasers, you've got AMDs and plasma Ds, tractor beams, just running them out of fuel. Missiles have so many hard things on them. The game is unfair and unbalanced towards missile-armed players. That was pretty cool, although slightly mistimed. Wait, did he blow himself up? Because you were cloaked. I think he blew himself up with a splashback from his own plasma torpedo. Oh, that's more than a little amusing. Alright, so now we've got the Galea X-Ray over here. The Galea X-Ray used to be a gigantic dreadnought. Now it's this little tiny ship. It's currently being very annoying by just holding in cloak. Slow down the speed. We need that plasma torpedo charged. And head away from him. Let's just get some distance going on here. But yeah, MIRVs also you can run out. And while you can run out of D-type plasma torpedoes, the number of shots you have with the D-type plasma torpedo is pretty gosh darn ridiculously high. So, yeah, plasma Ds, total BS. Way too powerful. Oh, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be clever. Hate it when they're clever. Alright, let's see if we can't force this guy out of his little entrenchment that he's got going. So I need a forward shield reinforcement. I'm already doing that. I need to deactivate any power that I'm sending to the ECM and just put that into shields because we're going to need it for the splashback we're about to take. And he is traveling at speed of 13. Excellent. Okay, we're going to blow him up with a mine. Hopefully. All up and select. Now come over here. The beam strength is not ready. How about a 2? Bomb. Right there. Did I mistime it because I'm on the... Nope, we got him. You are mine, son. You are several times mine. Photon torpedoes. We're hurting ourselves doing this, but I just want to remove him from the equation sometime very soon. Because dealing with these guys is just so annoying. He's going to stay at cloak and just hop around with his plasma torpedoes and just be incredibly devastating at all times. So we're just going to hold on to him and make sure that he doesn't get to go nowheres. And he'll probably break free soon. It was only a strength 2 beam. But if I can hold him long enough for these plasma torpedoes to come in, he's going to have a very, very, very bad day. Am I too close for missiles? I am not. I am just outside of range for missiles. Perfect. There we go. Wow, that took longer than I thought it was going to. They are defeated, though. Alrighty then. So... It's going to have to think about it for a little bit. There we go. 232 prestige. And I don't care about the Canberra Hill. So we've got them down to 65, unfortunately. They're not really budging. It's going to take quite a bit of additional fireworks to actually knock them down. I may come off to the rest of the Empire and then come back to this, because he's going to take a while to knock down. So let's just get ourselves repaired so we're all set up for the next stream, because that's going to be it for the Starfleet command portion of the stream. We're going to be hopping on over to Roguetech, and that was what all the weird messages were about while I was trying to set that up in the background. Alrighty, so we will save here. Got our Orion cartel. It won't have it. I mean, I'm 90% positive. We got a BCH-3, which is inferior to what we currently have, because it goes with Plasma R and then 4 missiles, but we're at that point where missiles just aren't going to do much, so I'd rather have the photon torpedoes. And anything else expensive? A BRX-2 is a whole bunch of missiles, but no MIRVs, so again, useless. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just not giving us the really big ones. Because they exist. They're all here. With massive fighter complements. Godfather and Obion dreadnoughts. We just don't seem to get access to them. Alrighty. Now we hop on over. And switch to Roguetech. As soon as I can actually see it. There we go. Alrighty, so if you were only here for the Starfleet Command section of the stream, thank you for joining us. It was awesome to have you guys around. We're now going to be going into Roguetech. I hope you guys stick around. It's an awesome game, and I enjoyed immensely, and I think other people would too. Also, the Roguetech contingent of the fandom is actually pretty loud, which is pretty cool. More massive mechs, yes indeed. So we will be heading back into Sledge's career. I'm not quite sure where we left him off. Did we ever finish the hot rod? Did we start fielding it again? I can't remember. I think we had to put it back in for repairs again. But we'll find out shortly. been playing Starburst campaign quite a bit lately, so been getting all set up with her, the brand new Mackie and everything. Played a couple of missions with that thing. Just what we have built could be very devastating in certain circumstances. The hot rod's in the garage. I think it took, yeah, because it got blasted from the final mission from last stream. Yeah, the massive amount of heavy mechs and then the Zeus who didn't do anything. We survived, but barely. I'm kind of not sure how we managed to do it. So hopefully we are not in too bad of a position, because I seem to recall that fight was an absolute kicker. So we don't want to die. Hopefully. Cross your fingers. Because that was painful. That was very painful. Unfortunately, we had the back of the mech facing towards the enemy, and they were just able to completely light her up. Who did we have in it? It wasn't Mummy Bear, was it? No, it was Whisper. Yeah, Whisper just got absolutely blasted from behind. Tore open the mech, knocked it over, blew it mostly apart. So that'll take a while to fix. We didn't lose the pilot and we didn't lose the mech, so there was that going for us. Come on, game, you can load. I believe in you. We desire to play. Oh, it's still going. There we go, it's almost done. Should hopefully be loading in any second now. So we're still relying on the Crab, the Blackjack, and what's our third one? A Jenner? Please tell me we're not relying on the Jenner. I wonder if the Zeus and the other Lyran mech went down and you would have gotten their parts. Probably. You can get friendly parts in the base game. Because that was one of the whole things about, one of the things people could do in the original game. During the mission where you're fleeing Castle Nautilus, if you let your allies die, you can take their stuff after you succeed in the mission. So the goal should honestly be get everybody's mech except for Kameha's destroyed. And then you can steal all of their cool stuff. So. Alrighty, so the Hot Rod is back in repair. The Anasi is 8 days. Whisper is out of action for 28 days. Mad Cat is the only true mech. Those are lies, sir. Lies and slander. Although we have run into them before. At least the funding has gone to restrictive instead of generous for once. So that's interesting. Alright, what are we currently waiting on? Do I have mechs in the mech bay to actually go on missions? I've got a... we can't connect to that. That's fine. So I've got 4 mechs still to rock and roll on things. How about the barracks? It was awesome seeing it. Yes, it was. It's a Madcap Mark II. They haven't gotten the actual Timberwolf in yet, but they're working on it. Having all those MechWarrior Online mechs come over into this game has just been awesome. Alright, Mama Bear, I really don't care about tactics. Indirect fire penalty, you're a direct fire mech, so it doesn't matter. Paladin, stability threshold, and plus 10% to hit? Does it matter? I think we just want to say for gunnery, we desperately need it. Guts, heat generation, or piloting. I think we're saving for piloting on him. And Sunfish is just an all-around pretty terrible mech warrior. Kind of regret buying her. Although Sunfish is athletic, right? She's been going on special things? Yep. She's been going on endurance tests and the like. Alright, we've got 15 days. We're at almost 2 million Seagulls. Wow. Did we just get here to Rochelle? Straight up battle for 1.5 skulls. 3 of 13. Hostile acquisitions, ambush convoys we want to avoid. Trying not to get overly aggressive with things. Because I'm so used to playing Starburst campaign that I kind of want to be super aggressive on things. Alrighty, so we're back to the Jenner. Great. Our Enforcer goes in slot 2. Our Paladin will go in slot 3. Bring in the Jenner. Oh god, it's choice between Sunfish and Roulette. Maybe we shouldn't go on this mission yet. Oh, that Jenner's gonna be terrible. Why does he have 5 guts? What were we thinking? I think this is the first time we've actually brought Roulette on a mission. So let's drop down and hopefully a pretty easy battle. Cross your fingers. Although if I'm honest, I didn't actually read the thing. I just looked at the salvage values and the fact that it was a battle, and then I just kind of ignored everything else. We may be fighting clanners, and that would be terrifying. Alright, what do we got here? Many years ago, lengthy conflict, the pirates. Okay, good. we're safe with that. So we're fighting pirates. 1.5 skull mission. Should be fine, even with roulette. This will give roulette a chance to get a little bit more capability going on. After all, we have a problem with the fact that Whisper is out for the next 20-something days. So as soon as Whisper's back, we'll be able to get a lot done. But until then, well, pain. Alright, let's rock and roll. Dropping down on the planet. What do we find? What do we see? Well, lots of trees. And off in the distance, there is a wind farm that apparently is running this whole thing. The poorly maintained but good mech warriors. That's kind of the caveat of this mission. The mechs will be trash, the pilots will be fantastic. And I forgot, I should need to fix the...
Roger that. Standing by.
I need to take a quick second over here and go... Battletech. That way people know that we're actually playing Battletech and not Starfleet Command anymore. Okay, so Roulette, congratulations, welcome to your first mission. Try not to die, do your best.
I got something.
Oh, this picturesque little town that you have just stomped your way through. Alright, we got something off in the distance. Paladin, follow up. Can't get all that far. That's unfortunate. So what is up here on top of all these winds?
Commander?
I do not like approaching from this direction, but mainly just because we are going to have to fight our way uphill. And that's really dangerous in this game. Because of the bonuses you get from high ground, you can have a bad time really quickly. Alright, so Sledge is almost to the front. We really want him up forward. Oh, good! So we've got a light mech, a medium mech, and a heavy mech already on the screen. You're probably the heavy, aren't you? In that case, do I just reserve down, or do I rush to get a good view? I have no good view. Interesting. So let's rush into... Do I want to punch out the light? No, we're going to push on left. I want to see what this medium is. Oh, 2 heavies. Uh-oh. Things have gotten ugly now. He's a heavy. So we are not quite on the caliber. We got a porcupine. Okay, so the medium is pretty pathetic. It's a 45-ton porcupine. Or is it a 40-ton? 40-ton. 2 rocket launchers, a couple of pods, and then flamers and machine gun arrays. So don't get too close to it, otherwise it'll stab you a little bit. But other than that, you should be just fine. Let's sprint. Can I get sprint? Oh, that would be terrible. Porcupines are also extremely evasive. So we're just going to have a bad time trying to lock him up. Pulse laser is going to be at 30%. We'll shut off everything else and just nail him with the pulse. Unless I can heat neutral. Yeah, I can heat neutral this, so we'll fire the medium lasers too. Okay, first miss. Okay, we did touch it for 4 damage. So the initial hit, and that's not as bad condition armor as I had been hoping. When they were telling me that they were all knocked down and weakened, I was expecting, you know, something that was like, say, ramshackle, but he's not. He is makeshift, so he's got 75% armor. We don't need a laser. Fire the Gauss. Okay, we hit him for 17 damage, really? I mean, I know he's defensive, but he shouldn't be nearly invulnerable to fire. How about this angle here? What you got for me? 24s. How about if I just got as close as I could? 3.3. 24. So we'll just get as close as we can. Get our evasion up, draw some fire. We generate no heat, so just fire everything anyway. So we deal a little bit of damage to the porcupine. But unfortunately, that appears to be some special kind of defense. Guarded bulwark. So he's like... That makes him like a guts 8. So that's going to be a bit of a problem. Oh, that's going to be several kinds of a problem, actually. Roulette, do you punch? You do punch. I think we want to punch him. It's only a 70% chance, but if we hit him, then we'll knock him down a rank, so let's go for that. And we did hit him. Okay, so he's now down into the heavy, so we get another full round of shooting at this guy. Hopefully we'll be able to get something on top of him. And hopefully these guys will not actually be able to see us. Alright, the gamble worked so far.
Talk to me.
Sledge, I want you to get as close as you can so you can deal as much damage as you can. 33%. Oh, it's terrible. Fighting through his evasion is proving to be very difficult. Also, we got a hit, so he's down to 2 or 3. So apparently his guts is not that high? So how does he have guarded bulwark if his guts is terrible? Alright, let's... There we go, 63% on the large pulse laser. We're going to turn on everything this time and just spray him with fire. And maybe we'll get lucky again and hit him with another headshot. Okay. And the last, so 2 out of 3 pulse laser hits. We're being pretty statistical. Almost got him unsteady. It's not going to help us because he's going to sprint next turn. Well, actually, no, it could help us a little bit because if we nail him and make him unsteady, then he can't sprint. So, cross your fingers. Hey, we nailed him and exposed the structure. Is that going to deal enough damage to his stability? It did not. Ah, that's unfortunate. So now he gets to run, which he will. You gonna trigger his pods? Yep, there go the A-pods and the M-pods. Yeah, all the pods, wow. He's just going off on the arrow. Did the armor hold? Oh my god, the armor held. That is fascinating. Porcupine did not generate a whole bunch of defense. We got an AC carrier. Okay, that's a whole bunch of AC2s. Right, yep. Alright, so one of these heavies is actually pretty pathetic. I mean, carriers are not terrible, but they don't have a lot of armor. So all we need is a couple of good hits and we'll be fine. Get along to his 6 o'clock, please. Hopefully while not having to sprint so I can get some accuracy. 60% is good. Line him up and try and pop him. We got 4 hits. Oh, we were on his side, not his back. Unfortunately, I misread the colors. Alright, what do we got? An Ignis. Really? So we're dealing with flamer tanks here. Which honestly is actually a pretty good thing to send at the arrow, because the arrow, unfortunately, does not do well with extra heat.
Yes, Commander.
Let's get into a 6 o'clock. Get a nice, good angle. That's a good angle lined up right there. Alright, see if you can't pop him. So, a decent amount of damage. Oh, we blew something out. Oh, he must have had an XL engine. I didn't realize the Porcupine had an XL.
Ready for orders.
Alright, time to deal with Mr. Ignis, if we can get a good angle on him. Yeah, I figured he'd be pretty decently evasive. Line him up, try and pop him. Miss and miss. Okay, Mummy Bear, you're only gunnery 6, so I suppose I can't be too angry about that. Paladin. Paladin has the arrow, and Paladin could walk up and stomp on people. 46 would not break this Ignis down at all. And I don't really want to be viewable by that AC carrier. So we're going to go out a bit, make it a little bit more difficult of a shot for him. We'll shut off everything except for the large pulse laser. That ought to give us some chill. And that'll keep us from having to worry about our ammunition. So blast away with a large pulse. 1 hit. 2 hits. Ooh, in the same spot too. 3 hits, but that one's on the forward hull. So the Ignis has been weakened, but it's probably going to take another turn or two to actually knock him down. AC carrier's coming on back. Doesn't get an angle. Oh, that's good. That's very good. We need to get somebody with a Beagle Electro probe. I think the BAPs are what give us the ability to actually look at things that are beyond our line of sight.
Good to go.
Step on him? That may not be a terrible idea. Ooh, but it's only a 46. The reason why I think... no, that'll drop him down to the mid-tier. Reserve down. Let the Ignis move. Ooh, he's coming in close. Interesting. And he's going for the full attack against the arrow. Not able to get too many hits, but he did get us on fire and burning, which is a bit unfortunate. Hey, Mummy Bear, do you happen to have any bonuses? Yes, you can shoot and scoot. So, shut off the gas rifle. I think we want this thing dead. So we're going to use the rockets this time. That should weaken it up sufficiently for somebody else to come in with the final blow. It's down to 25 on his left side armor.
Flamer is empty.
Okay, Flamer is empty. Also rocket pods. So we're going to come on over here. And we'll settle. Ammo explosion avoided, but we are going to have to work. No judgment, but Paladin's nose is huge. Well, it's a powerful, bold nose, you see. See, he's a paladin of justice and truth. And so he needs powerful facial features in order to emphasize that. We're going to cook. Let's cook this sucker. Because I want him dead. Oh, we missed a lot of machine gun shots. Oh, we came to the wrong side again. We keep doing this. Although IC engine destroyed, the object is destroyed. Next turn, this mech's going to have to chill and do hopefully nothing. Unfortunately, I can't shut him off. Otherwise, I would absolutely do this. Line up the AC carrier. Maybe we'll get lucky. It's probably not, but you never know. Hit him with 35, plus an additional number of hits. Just need a little bit more on that side armor, and you got him. Who's left? Oh, Roulette.
Commander?
Roulette, you need to destroy his left side, which you actually can get to. I think, right? I saw a side shot on there. Was I imagining things? I suppose so. Okay, just get right up on top of him and blitz him with as much firepower as you got. If you manage to knock him out, we won't have to be terrified by his massive number of autocannons. I saw big red numbers. There he goes.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Okay, so we could get a whole bunch of AC-2s, if that means anything to you. And that heavy is leaving. Okay, let's find out where he's leaving to. Hi, I have the high ground. Oh, it's a rifle carrier. Really? 1.5 skulls and this is all we get? Darks are exposed. Let's get, Sledge. If Sledge can finish this guy off, we won't have to worry about losing the mech. Is it irony that has evil nose and evil goatee, but his name's Paladin? Well, he's probably come back from formerly being evil. He is a mercenary after all. Why are they calling vehicles mechs? No idea. Mislabeled, clearly. Well, I suppose the porcupine counted. We're not going to get anything of that. So I think that's taken out the whole group, because it is thinking quite heavily on what it needs to do at this moment. So I'm assuming Sumi Ray's about to call in that we're getting out of here. So that apparently was a 1.5 skull mission. That was so disappointing. I was expecting maybe a couple of medium mechs or something, but a single porcupine? Granted, the porcupine is a medium mech, but... well, we're going to be able to get most of the supplies because we went for full salvage. 133,690, a couple of pickups. So 3 vehicles and a mech. And I could get porcupines. I think that may be what we do. Unless there's some cool equipment. Oh, there's some cool equipment. Okay, DNI cockpit and endo steel for sure. We got... my... oh, never mind. This turned out to be not too bad. We got a lot of good equipment here. DNI cockpit I want. Endo steel I need. Gyro XL is great. It's just so good. We are losing out on ferrofibers and a couple of TTS ballistics. Do we use anybody who majorly ballistics? Aside, well, yeah, actually we do, but one's full and the other one is... well, maybe we'll get lucky with the ballistic and the ferrofibers. That's what I'm hoping for. We're getting 10 additional items. Please, no IC engines. I don't need IC engines. I destroyed one of these IC engines. How am I seeing it here? Because that's how we blew up the Ignis. So there should only be 2 IC engines. Somebody's trying to pull a con on us. Machine guns? Do you want to put a targeting computer for a machine gun? We got both A-pods. An AC-2, a whole ton of medium rifles for whatever that's worth to you. We did not, unfortunately, get the Pharaoh, but we did get a TTS ballistic. So I'm assuming I'm probably going to throw that onto the Enforcer. The Enforcer does, after all, have a Gauss rifle, which technically falls under ballistic. So putting it on that might help out a little bit with the constant missing. Better chance for headshots? Not really. That requires your tactics skill. It just gives you a better chance to hit it all. Although the distribution is not amazing when you're looking for headshots. Oh, you mean for the machine guns? Maybe a bit. We don't really try and go for that. We probably should try that more often, but we really don't. Maybe I should try that. Alright, results could not transfer, that's fine. We are on an old version of the build at this point. There is a brand new version of this build that allows us to go into, that allows flashpoint compatibility. Unfortunately, it's a little bit unstable right now. I want to wait until it finishes sort of settling out before I jump ship. Also, I want to get these 2 campaigns in a place where I feel a little bit more comfortable losing it. According to Wikipedia, mecha is an abbreviation of the word mechanical. In Japanese, it encompasses all mechanical objects, so technically my fridge is a mech. Oh, that's one way of looking at it. Let's see, we are 4 days on the Arrow. Really, that was the only thing that took damage. I'm going to bump the Anasi up, just because I want the extra mech. And we are 14 days, so let's chill with the Arrow, because we're going to need that repaired. And then we're 1 day fatigue on most of these people. So 1 day fatigue, okay, good. Check out our mech warriors. I don't know what we're going to do with the Anasi, though. It's a big spider, so what do you do with gigantic spiders? Not amazing, I don't think. Could go guts. No, we're saving for piloting. Saving for 6, and then we'll go guts, and then tactics. Mummy Bear, you are also saving for piloting, I think.
Commander?
Well, what have you been driving? Mummy Bear's been driving the Enforcer, right? Heat generation? Wouldn't be terrible.
I will be done.
Oh, gunnery. Thank you, gunnery. So much gunnery. I think we'll give Mummy Bear the guts for the heat generation, because 5% heat generation can be pretty big.
I'm here.
Alright, so 6553, 6453.
Yeah, Commander.
You did not get enough to get an additional level of gunnery. Which, oh, but +1 on steady threshold. Yeah, we need that. We need to get roulette up to a basic competency level of 4s. I mean, we can leave tactics at 3, because tactics is kind of pathetic and useless. But we need to work on other things. And you're saving piloting, okay. Alrighty, so what contracts do we currently have up for sale? Could go another battle. Ooh. Well now. So this will fight against Clan Fire Mandrel. Clan equipment is really good. So if we were to take this mission for salvage, we could get a lot of cool stuff. But here's the caveat. Clan mechs are really powerful. Trying to kill them is very dangerous. So I think I don't have 40 days to wait. Do I want to wait for Whisper? Kind of think I do. Local brigands, that could work. And straight up battle, 2 of 9. Take it for cash, I think. 1 Skull Clan mechs. Any Skull Clan mechs are pretty scary. The initial campaign that I did when I was just sort of feeling things out in Roguetech, for some reason Galatia was under constant clan assault, and so I kept having to fight clan mechs, and it was horrifying. So clan is not something you really want to be fighting too much early on. But do we want to take it this early? We've got a whole bunch of cheap battles here that we can grab really fast. I kind of want to say, though, that we may want to wait for Whisper back, because Whisper's a really good pilot, and we're going to need the accuracy. So in that case, I think we take repossession for cash, because it's talking about vehicles. That's a 1 skull mission, and it pays out pretty good. So we'll lock down, we'll take a couple of cash missions early on just right now. That way we can sort of, well, 1, get Merrick to like us a little bit more. Although this mission is being done for the local government. And 2, to get Whisper out of hospital. Because we need her alive again. That would be very helpful. Will they throw stars? I don't think so. I mean, I suppose the unit organization is based on what the original game is set to, so maybe. But I don't ever recall them sending full stars at us. Maybe, though. Because they have modified, and they've been doing a lot of work to try and make the clans more fleshed out. I mean, part of that is because they've been getting a lot more clan mechs in the game. So, maybe they will send 5 mechs at us. Which, you know, is only another reason why we'd want Whisper back. Alright, we're here to repossess some vehicles by annihilating them, so let's blow up everything in sight. We're only getting a single piece of random salvage assigned to us. Whole bunch of lights going on right now. So what is it? There it goes. Finally worked through every single light. I think it's just like 4 lights. That would be very helpful. I mean, they're hard to hit, but I'd rather fight lights than anything else. Maybe that's not quite true. Clan lights? Clan lights are scary. Alright, we've got 2 so far in sight. Let's just get everybody up to the forward area. Actually, if I can get on this highway, I can use it to sprint super far next turn. Everybody to the highway, please. And in the Enforcer, I should probably swap Mummy Bear back to her arrow. Because she was the original arrow pilot. I don't remember what we had Paladin in originally, but I'm fairly certain Mummy Bear was our arrow pilot. Alright, so far we see 2 at the heavy stage, and we've got incoming. Of course. We took this mission for cash, and so they jumped us. Drop down. Got additional lights coming in on us. Hopefully we'll be able to just nail them and do a pretty good job of knocking them completely out of the fight. That's probably going to be 4 light mechs off in this right corner. So if we dive on top of them, we might be able to get a lot done. I wish I had a melee mech. That would just do so much to take care of the light problem. Reserve down. I'm just going to reserve down to the basement. There's no reason not to. They don't see us at this moment, so I may as well just get all my mechs ready to do something at the same time. So is it just 2? Because if so, that makes life easier. Nope. Nope, it's going to be 4. And down to initiative 1. Alright, it's just us. Let's get a sprint going on. Well, we could see everybody and see what happens.
Understood.
Alright, so we've got a locust, two locusts, and 2 unknowns. Medium lasers, SRMs. Yeah, we'll nail you because you're probably the most likely to hit me. Of course, we don't hit anything back with an 18%, but roulette has what, a gunnery 4? Yeah. This is what we get for bringing rookies along. Although it is only a 1-skull mission, this should not be too terrible. We should be able to make some of this work. Locusts are just hard to hit. So, oh, fire! Nailed them already and exposed. Exposed his arm structure. We need missile mechs, really. Is our icon Harley Quinn? Yes. It is Harley Quinn swinging a hammer. Because it was perfect. Because our main pilot, the hero pilot, is Sledge. So we named it Sledge's Hammer, and there was a Harley Quinn icon with swinging her giant hammer. And we just had to have it. Managed to nail him with a couple of large pulse laser shots. Not too terrible. And we'll bring up Mummy Bear on top of things to get in range. Will you be able to shoot? 39 if you're obstructed. What if you're not? 52? Oh, you might be able to pot a locust in one shot. I believe in you. My belief was not necessarily misplaced, but perhaps a bit excessive. And another locust. As long as it's not a dagger, we're fine. Although all locust lances are cool. Just from a thematic perspective, the locust looks amazing from what the MechWarrior Online guys did. Absolutely in love with the mech. Alright, so you were the one we were blasting? Yeah. So let's get right on top of you. 34, that'll probably be the best we can make. And see if we can't rip open an arm. We hit one, but it did not rip open the torso that we were hoping for. Alright, enemy turn. And it's a fire starter. Oh no. It's a good fire starter too. So a lot of heat. No heat. He managed to miss every single shot. Excellent. And I think we're a pretty decent chance to get behind this fire starter. If I can get Sledge there, I can just nail him with a lot of firepower. Melee attack coming down. From a locust. Oh, that's adorable. And you missed, which will make you mostly unstable. Which means Mummy Bear could probably follow up with a pretty wicked amount of firepower just to make you completely unstable. What do we got? Who else is moving? The Locust 1S finally getting on the move. Shedding his stability damage? Yeah, looks like it. Also managing to miss most of his shots. Alright, Sledge, I want you... Oh, you can... Can you walk there? No. So it is going to have to be a sprint. But he's going to get in point-blank range back here. 46% on the light ACs. So maybe we'll get something done here. Of course, he misses both of them. He has a perfect opportunity to do a ton of damage, and he misses both shots. Alright, we got our heavy vehicles moving on over here. Incoming fire. That's probably an AC 5, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Oh, boy.
I live to serve.
Mummy Bear. You... Not Mummy Bear. I want Paladin. Paladin, where is that locust? The super non-evasive one. If I wanted a back shot, I'd have to basically expose myself to... Oh, not too terrible, actually. Let's go there. Go for the back shot. Pop him. Come on, you just need to deal a little bit of stability damage to him and you'll completely take away his evasion. Structure exposed. There we go, he's lost his evasion. That means Mummy Bear can follow up with a nice big Gauss rifle shot. Ooh. That nailed us. 37 damage. That'll be an AC 5. So probably, I'm going to say vedettes. Maybe not, but that would make the most sense to me. Let's move into a relatively covered position. Get ourselves some damage reduction as long as we're here. Bring it over enough. There we go. And let's lock onto him. Let's not use the rocket launcher to delete him. Oh, we nailed him with the Gauss rifle. That's beautiful. Passed the stability check and we tore off half the mech. So whether or not we can follow up on that will be an interesting question. More incoming fire, a couple of missiles. More than a couple of missiles. Possibly an LRM 15. Just got a notification that you had a stream going on tonight. YouTube is great. Yup. An hour and a half into the stream and you got the notification. It was a vedette. How cute. We gotta get Mummy Bear, or we gotta get the arrow out of here. It's gonna do more than tickle, trust me. Okay, we have a single opportunity to seize everything we ever wanted. 66% chance. Well, congratulations. You're now a Space Marine. Please make it work. 1, 2, 3. No, just 2. But there's a stability check failed and a gyro crit. So the gyro crit was a bit wasted. And here he goes knocking down. Down 1 initiative and his pilot is injured. 1 more will kill him. Should be able to use Paladin to move over here and just try and machine gun his head. Not that we want a Locust hull, but that's probably the easiest way to do it. Being outmaneuvered is not necessarily a terrible thing right now. It will be, but not right now for a Locust. And the Firestarter is hopping. Oh, that's a dangerous move right there. I get that you want to be aggressive on the Enforcer, but your evasion is now terrible. Shutdown override successful. That's 2 turns of cooking. He keeps this up, he's going to be offline. I'm just going to need to deal any point of damage to him, and that'll knock him unsteady. Okay, a couple more rear attacks on the Enforcer. That's fine. We're more than a little used to that. So I want Paladin, just to make sure this happens. I get a do I need to sprint? I think I have to sprint. Maybe not. No, I got a back shot here. Okay. So it's a bit unfortunate that we're still showing part of our side to the enemy. Do I want to cook? I absolutely do. We're in his back arc. We've got a decent-ish chance to hit, and also we got to send him over the unsteady threshold. So I'm willing to cook a little bit just to make him unsteady. Fusion core crit twice. Health is down to 2 of 3. Alright, you're fine, though. We did ignore the Locust, but that's going to be fine. It's a Locust. He has a medium and a small laser at this point. What's he going to do? I shouldn't say that. He could headshot it back, and that would be terrible. He's zipping off as far as he can go, firing his blasts at the crab, but not able to connect. But we want this Firestarter dead. And I'm going to try and use the Enforcer to do it. So, Mummy Bear, if you don't mind. Can you get a good shot on him? It's not great, I'm going to be honest. It's probably that recoil that we're currently fighting. Maybe we might be a bit too close. The Gauss rifle, for some reason, has a range limit, which is pretty rough. So, 27... That's what we wanted, 71. So it's an obstructed shot, but we got a decent chance of making it happen. There we go. Firestarter's out of the show. So that's 25% of the defense. Health of 1 of 3. The pilot survives. Alright, we'll have Sledge try and take on this. Ooh, jump just destroyed. Really? Just a through armor critical, just like that. Now let's get Sledge back here. I want him to destroy the super weakened Locust. Oh, he should have a good opportunity to do it. Pull back here. We're in rough terrain, so things are a bit rough here. Come on, just a little bit more damage is all we need. There we go. Pilot incapacitated. Gauss shredded the entire mech. Gausses will do that. They will go through one side of the mech and out the other. It's absolutely lovely. Incoming fire, missing the Jenner. Enough evasion to avoid it. We've got 2 more Locusts to wipe out, and then they've lost their spotters, and then we can really start to deal with them. Incoming missiles on the Jenner again. Hopefully this amount of evasion will be enough. And singing in the rain, not a single hit. Excellent. Well, 1 more coming in. Probably going to shoot at the Jenner. What are you? Oh, you're the Vedette. Gonna fire an AC-5 and miss. Alright, so our Jenner is doing quite well. Roulette is avoiding fire excellently. If he keeps this up, he may find himself as a permanent addition to the team. I kind of want to just let the Locusts do their thing. Machinium, you are really the most dangerous Locust we've got here. Because the SRM-2s are much more accurate. Well, 25, we did manage to hit in the leg, unfortunately. So he's going to be able to move and not really care much about that at all. We'll follow up and hopefully knock one of them down. Maybe both of them down. Opening fire with his machine guns on the Arrow. The Arrow still has enough armor to ignore those kinds of machine gun blasts. And the Locust is just barely in cover. How unfortunate. Other Locust, what's your plan? He's going to back up a little bit. That did not look like a very fast move. That may have been your death. Yeah, that's not a lot of evasion at all. Only 2 pips. Now, we do have a bit of a problem. Paladin, unfortunately, has been running at super high heat. So we've got to give him an opportunity to cool down. We're going to come around to his back and try and kick him. Excellent. CT hit as well. So he's down in initiative. That means we will be able to do a little bit more damage to him. Incoming fire misses. So his CT is down to 17. Ooh.
What's up, boss?
Can I... maybe rocket launchers in this situation? I'm really tempted to try it. Give me a sprint. Get a longer range shot on this one. 71 again. This Gauss rifle is just evil. Evil, and I love it. Pot him. Yes! Alright, we're down to just a single locust left. And then they will no longer have any spotters. We do have to spend a turn probably chilling out with the Enforcer. We don't want to cook it too bad. Incoming fire on the Jenner, and doesn't connect. Good. So this locust is at full health, but that's not saying a whole heck of a lot.
Talk to me.
Can I get a good side shot on you? 46, I'll take it. We'll be moving a little bit closer, but the crab is kind of designed to absorb some damage. So long as he doesn't take another hit to the leg to blow it off, that would be terrible. Although the most commonly repaired piece of equipment on this crab is that jump jet. It constantly gets destroyed and we constantly have to repair it. 25% damage reduction. He's only at evasion 2, which is a bit low. And he's taking the hits because of it. Although it does look like he's taking hits on the right side and his damage leg is on the left. Excellent. So he is positioned well enough to be able to handle incoming fire. Now the miss from the autocannons off the Vedette. Alrighty, our turn. So, can I get a good shot here? 60% will have to do. And should be a decent amount of evasion. We're getting a back shot here. Oh, we got a couple of really good penetrators. Left leg destroyed, knockdown. So he's no longer providing any sort of information to them. He's got no spotter information there. I mean, he's going to stand up, but then we're going to shoot him, and that will hopefully kill him. So he only has one leg, and that leg is damaged at best. He's moving on over, getting close to... That may not be your best plan. Getting close to a crab? I mean, the crab could just turn around and annihilate you.
I'm ready.
Paladin, you've got a beautiful back shot. Oh, just light this sucker up. This should be enough. There we go. Left torso, left arm, just... And there goes the CT. Reinforcements burned out. Oh, and he got a hit on the pilot. Good show, Paladin. Alright, their spotters are gone. If they want to fight us, they gotta come to us. They might have a longer range, though. There is always that going for them, possibly.
Good to go.
I'm gonna reserve down. Maybe they'll come towards me, and I won't have to do much. And we've got one moving up on the high ridge and down below. High ridge is a little bit dangerous. Alright, that's who? A bulldog. Okay, LRM 20. Oh, I thought it was only a 15. Alright, so let's get on top of him. He's now spotting for everybody, unfortunately. So we want a sledge. And I want to sprint, actually. Do I want to rely on evasion like that? Well, no, this is a free turn. I get to move later on. So we've got a Vedette, a bulldog, and a Vedette. Interesting. Okay. If I wanted to fire into your back, what do I got? 100 worth to get through. 59, 46. Yeah, we'll go through you, I guess. It's only 120 armor. Both hits? I think they hit on the turret, which is unfortunate because the turret is not commonly hit.
Commander?
Mummy Bear needs to chill. Let's be honest with ourselves. She is not in a position to continue to fire this large laser. So let's turn that sucker off. And we'll fire a single Gauss round.
Target.
Oh, destroyed it. Just beautiful.
Reporting one less vehicle.
Billy the Bulldog and the Vedettes. Sounds like a band name.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, so a beautiful shot. Gauss rifle shot has managed to take out one of those tanks already. Get right on top of this Vedette. See if we can't burn him down as well. If we did all of our weapons to hit, we would potentially... maybe get a crit on something? We're going to cook it a little bit. It's not a huge deal right now. Ooh, all 4 hit. Good job. Unfortunately, it's spread across a whole bunch of armor locations. So, the Javelin is now right on top of him. Are you an ace pilot? I'm assuming you are because you fired with your back facing towards me. No, you're not. Oh, nope. There you go. I should be able to get in and around you. Oh, you're probably dead.
Got my attention.
Do I? You don't say. Let's see if we can't kill this Vedette before he actually activates at all. We're on the back, so he won't get the damage reduction for being in cover. Structure exposed. And he moved the wrong Vedette. I think our structure, yeah, our structure is also exposed. The leg is now, well, open to be shot at.
I'm your spaniel.
Paladin, I just need really one good shot. 71 from the large pulse laser. Or 81 from the large pulse laser. I like the 81. I think that's a better opportunity to blow this mech off the face of the planet. There we go, the first laser did the job. Cadets were featured in Death from Above a lot. Yeah, they're a super common tank. Like, you run into these things all the time if you play Battletech. It's just like, ugh. And I don't mean Battletech the, this game Battletech, I mean Mech HQ, which basically runs random Battletech missions for you. 59 versus 46, yeah, we'll shoot the guy on the ground.
No target.
Lock him up, knock him out. Wow! Oh, got the critical through the armor, destroyed the IC engine. Jeez, you are just a monster out here.
Yeah, Commander.
Alright, let's get up on top of this guy and ruin his night.
On the move.
We're gonna keep cooking because we have no ammo to explode.
Here it comes.
We could shut down, which would be unfortunate, but I think we'll be fine.
My heat sink.
Oh, Roulette couldn't handle the heat.
I'm taking damage.
That's unfortunate.
Reporting overheat.
Luckily, Roulette was not the target, I don't think. Ooh, jump jet destroyed. That leg is... Oh no, the pod got destroyed. Darn, that's a shame. The leg's almost gone too, by the way. So we gotta kill this guy this turn. We lost the other cooling pod. We've had it for quite some time. It was part of the original equipment on the mech, but unfortunately not enough anymore. Alright, last target. Activate the rocket pods. Never mind, didn't need it. Just a single Gauss rifle was all you ever needed. So I think Mummy Bear has proven her point that she wants to stay in the Enforcer because she is just insanely effective at annihilating vehicles with that Gauss rifle. But that is everything cleaned up. We took this for cash, I believe, so we're going to be getting, I think, a 10% bonus for knocking out the mechs. So, and it wasn't too expensive of a repair. Yes, Mummy Bear is just a monster with that Gauss rifle. I can't believe she got that through armor critical. Just one after another. She wiped out 3 vehicles in 3 turns. Alrighty, so let's see how much they're going to pay for us. Unfortunately... Oh, the crab is going to need repairs. The crab just lost like a ton and a half, so we have stuff we can put in it. I just don't know what. 666,580 C-bills. We did get a 30% increase. Wow. We did take it for cash, right? Just look at that. 2 mechs and 3 vehicles. Just no problem at all. Did have penetrating hits on the crab. That is going to make things rather expensive. But I'm fairly certain we took this for... Yeah, we took this for full cash because it was a 500,000 contract. So we will get 1 random piece of salvage, which I'm going to be honest, none of the salvage out there is all that good. So kind of happy we took it for cash. Oh, we got endo steel for everything. It's lovely. We do have a whole... We got a locust part. I suppose that was the most valuable part we could have gotten, aside from a bunch of IC engines, although maybe we might have been able to get a fusion core if we had been super lucky. Couldn't scroll down to see it, but I think there was a fusion core out there. Alright, so we're going to have to spend quite some time fixing up the crab, which will probably give us enough time to get the Anasi back online. We do have a bunch of pieces of equipment we could probably throw into a few other mechs. So that'll be an interesting setup. Spend a little bit of time building some things, and then we'll probably take one more mission. So, sledges, hammers, continuing on to rock and roll, destroying everything in their path, and losing jump jets so incredibly consistently. I don't know why I keep putting that jump jet back on, it keeps exploding. 31,644 for 9 days is the repair. Most of that is going to be the crab. So, not terrible. And, Gravemind, just in case you were wondering, yes, that is a gigantic Harley Quinn on the side of our huge spaceship. Let's see how much we've got sorted on here. We'll get the Enforcer done. It's only 5 days on the crab. Huh. Okay, so we'll put the arrow at the top. Wait, no, the crab at the top. Crab goes top. Arrow's number 2. Followed by the Enforcer, because I want that back sooner. And then the Jenner. And then 1 day for the Anasi. Wow. So we're going to have stuff done relatively quickly. Under the 38 days on the hot rod. Roll the clock. So we are getting a whole bunch of people returning to duty. Excellent. And the financial report is tomorrow. Whoops. Let's check out the mech bays real quick. So we have everything except the hot rod back. The crab needs, well, a leg back. Oh, we lost 2 jump jets this time. Okay, pull everything off. We've got 2 tons we could throw on the crab and 3 critical slots. Our heat efficiency is still perfect, right? Yeah, 60 of 54. We're still fine on that, even with the loss of the cooling pod. I could go maximum armor, but that is a long, long refit. Do I have any slots open? 2 tons open for a specialty. 3 tons for plasma torch. Arc welder would be 1 ton. And 3 crits, right? Yeah, that would fill it, but not good enough. And this would be 4 slots. If I swapped out a medium laser, I could do it. But I really don't want to lose a medium laser. Is there anything I can do to... Honestly, it may just be best to go armor. Because these legs are so incredibly vulnerable. And it really concerns me. Other than that, I don't think there's anything we can really put in this mech. I mean, it's maxed out for the most part. It's got hands, it's got a slick sweep. It's got an XL gyro, a light engine, which is just fantastically amazing. Because it does not explode when you blow it up. Could give it a ballistic targeting computer. How many tons is that? 1 ton, 1 slot? Okay. Tank it up. Yeah, tanking it up, I think we'll use that last ton. I want more armor on these legs. Because these legs are super vulnerable. We'll go up to 80 armor on the legs. We'll beef up the armor on the arms. That leaves us with 1 ton available. We'll go with 1 CT. Oh, left us with 2. Max out the CT. Alright, that'll take 4 days. And we will have a better targeting computer, which is excellent. So the light autocannons are about to become much more accurate. Well, not much. It's only a +1, but that should help out. I think it's a better choice than putting it in the blackjack. So we'll lock that down. Another 4 days on the crab. We've got 2.75 million. Wow. I did not quite realize that. Let's check out the Enforcer. Is there anything I can do to you? What would I do to you? That's the real question. Is there anything we really need to do to this mech? It's reliable. It's solid. I mean, the rocket launchers are a bit weird, but do I want to put in anything special on it? And the answer I keep coming back to is not really. Maybe a DNI cockpit? +1 melee accuracy. Does it? The Enforcer doesn't really melee much, so that wouldn't be super useful to us. Could have put a hand on the ER large laser. Oh, wait, the Anasi is a melee mech, isn't it? Is it? Assume maneuver brawler. Retain supposed to have hefty payload of 4 RL-10s. Yeah, so the Anasi is supposed to be... Oh, we built it as an SRM monster. Oh, I see what we did. We went triple SRM-6s. Oh, we went aggressive with that, didn't we? What's our heat problems? Oh, we have massive heat problems. Let's try to address those heat problems. So we are going to want... the XL gyro. Hands. Do we want hands? He's only got 2 medium lasers. I don't think we want hands. We got 1 ton for that, seriously? I think the Sanasi is probably a problem. That's just way too much heat. What was I thinking? Just trying to throw something out, probably. I'm not trying to add it to the engine. I want to add it to the dynamic slot at the bottom. Ah, whatever. That's just not going to be enough. Like, this mech is going to overheat itself every time it shoots. Why did I build this? Oh, yeah, because we shut off the medium lasers, and in that case, we're only generating 42? Only 42 heat, and we can handle that. And the medium lasers are there as a backup once the SRM ammo runs dry. I remember what we were thinking. You said working on this mech that you wanted to fire it once or twice? Yeah, so what this mech does is we don't use the medium lasers. The medium lasers were purely put on there because I believe in redundancy. Alright. Can I get a little bit more out of this thing? Don't think so. I think we're kind of stuck on this. DNI cockpit just to give it a little bit of... Yeah, because look at all that armor it's got. Jeez. I think we give it the DNI cockpit. And some hands. It has hands! This will actually make it a pretty decent melee mech anyway. Yeah, I'm feeling that one. A little bit. Not hugely, but somewhat. I'd like to get an XL engine in this thing just so I can put more heatsinks and the like on. A double heatsink kit on this thing would make it amazing. So 6 days on the Anasi. So we'll lock him down. The Blackjack, I don't think I've got anything for you. It's just a solid mech here. It does good work. I mean, we could try and turn it into like a cannon mech, but I don't really see the point. I don't think there's also anything else we could put on this thing. Patchwork materials would allow us to armor it up a little bit better. Anything? No. Yeah, I didn't really think so. Any better machine guns? We do, after all, have only machine gun normals. Nope. No, we're stuck on machine guns. That's a little disappointing. The arrow's just solid. It's the large pulse laser that does it. The fact that it can just continually blast away relatively accuracy. LPLs are fantastic. The Enforcer, also, again, similar problem. Just nothing to put on it. The tonnage for the rocket launchers came because we didn't really have the tonnage for anything else. If I had double stack Gauss ammo, but I don't think double stack Gauss ammo is a thing. That would make things easier, though. The ER large laser is definitely something we want to keep because we don't have a medium pulse, or a large pulse. Although, how much heat do you generate? 50, 8.3, 3.5, or 35, 55, because of 5 heat. And scrambles. Oh, but the weight's different. The 5 tons versus 7. Yeah, the Enforcer's good. It's reliable. It's probably going to become our Vindicator for this one. So we have a couple more days now to chill out a little bit while we get the Anasi up. We gotta reset things. Turn it into another Trailblazer? Does it have enough ammunition for that? Or have enough energy hardpoints for that? I don't think so. Let's check out. Nah, it's only got 3 hardpoints. None of our mechs have enough energy hardpoints to become a Trailblazer. Just maximum of 4, you need 6. Yeah, 3 is not enough, you need 6. Because you need to be able to generate enough heat to just torch anybody out. So let's send the hot rod down to the bottom. And get the Anasi and the Crab fully fixed, and then we'll go after that Fire Mandrill clan. We'll go full cash on that, or full salvage on that one. 7 days for Whisper. Actually. Yeah, we're gonna take a week off. We're doing good. We've got all kinds of cash. We're fine. There we go. We got Whisper back. Alright. Mech Warriors, we're just gonna check to make sure they're ready. Then we'll take on that Fire Mandrill clan and see if the clan is everything that they're made out to be. So close to having piloting. Mummy Bear is locked. Paladin has nothing. Roulette is still working on more skills, but we're not going to bring her on this mission. Sunfish, just keep working. Just keep working. Someday you will come with us. Maybe. Probably not. Your mech is ready, Raider? Your specific mech is ready? What mech is your mech? Was it the Anasi? Alright, where's that Fire Mandrill clan? I want to fight them. Stubborn Surrender. Yes, the Fire Mandrills. It's only 1 skull, but it's clan equipment, so always go full salvage for the clan. Alrighty, so pull Roulette out. Whisper's coming back. And we could go with the Jenner, or we could go with the Anasi. And I kind of want to go with the Anasi. That'll be interesting. She's a tactical bonus plus a multi-target. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm going to put Paladin in the Anasi, because Paladin's got the punch. He's got the punchiness, so he should be able to smack into people when he's overheating. Plus, he's got hands now. And a DNI cockpit. Really, that Anasi is not terrible. We may want to look into giving it melee weapons to make it even more specialized for that role. A 45-ton melee mech, though, is kind of pathetic. Although, with that said, the Strix is only 10 tons, and the Strix is one of the best melee mechs in the game. So 10 tons more heavy, so it's a 55-ton Shadowhawk that's modified, has a built-in combat shield, which just gives automatic damage reduction. Alright, so we're fighting Clan Fire Mandrill. They're described as old, decrepit mechs. Hopefully they will be. Hopefully we can get a lot of headshots, because Clan mechs be good, yo. And the equipment on them is so good. Assuming we run into frontline Clan mechs. If they're backline normal battle mechs, then this could be a rather disappointing mission, but I'm really hoping for some special clan weapons, maybe a couple of engines, if I can get truly greedy. Yeah, we're back here. Alright, let's clean out the clanners.
Okay, here we go.
Dropping down to 1, just to be ready. Alright, Paladin. You are scout pilot once again. Get this Anassi rolling. The gigantic spider.
Well, I got a sense.
Alright, we got a target on sensor already. What are we dealing with? You gonna come forward or what? He's pulling back. Interesting. A clanner who does not want to engage immediately. Something seems up.
Copy that.
Oh, Whisper can see. So it is related to tactics. Whisper is a tactics 5 and that allows her to see, or is that related to her tactician ability? Might be tactician. So we do know that it's a mech. We have no idea what tonnage it is, but at least we know we're fighting mechs, which is excellent. Second mech on screen. Let's get Mummy Bear moving. Honestly, though, Whisper is probably going to be the primary unit in this one, because the large pulse laser is going to be huge.
How can I help?
Just in terms of accuracy, the ability to nail our target whenever we want, or mostly whenever we want. And hopefully the targeting computer on the crab will also make things easier. Okay, we got a medium, we got a heavy. Ooh. Then we got a light. Okay, I'm going to drop down again. So medium mech and a clan heavy. What could it be? Mad Dog? That'd be cool. I mean, who doesn't want a Mad Dog? Mad Dogs are awesome. They look amazing. Alright, it's up to us. Time to find out what it is we're getting involved with. Ooh, can I get a little bit faster on this? Not looking like it. Let's find out.
Let's go.
Alright, we have a Nova Cat. Uh-oh. And it's using a Black Knight model, and it's facing the back. It's got triple ER large laser and 2 ER PPCs. Ouch. We've got an elemental Toad, who, if he gets in close combat, he sucks how much damage he can do. And a Kintaro 2C. Okay. Problems. Okay, so our best accuracy chances against the Nova Cat. Let's see if we can't break something. Cook it up. Okay, you missed a lot. Not good. Not good at all.
Yes, Commander.
Whisper. Unfortunately, it's not using a Nova Cat model just yet, but, well, they tend to be really good about bringing models over, so eventually we will get it. I want that Nova Cat, and I want every little bit of it, so blast into it as best as you can to try and weaken it. I was hoping for a penetrating hit here. It does have a Clan XL engine, I assume. With that much, it's gotta have a Clan XL.
Standing by.
So the Clan XL is not vulnerable to ammo explosions, unfortunately. So we're going to have to make this work. Shut off the rocket launchers. It's too far range to make work.
Engaging
Oh
target.
crap, I fired at the Kintaro. Damn it. Well, that's going to suck. I really needed to do damage to that Nova Cat.
I've got your back.
Can I get you in? I can get you in range with your light ACs. 65s is what we're looking at. Break something on his mech, please. Good hits. Miss with both lasers. The missiles coming in and being woefully inaccurate, but we have a structure exposed. Alrighty, so now we're really in the fight. The Toad's gonna come right up to us. Incoming shell. Missed. Second shell. That's an ultra auto cannon if I ever heard one. Ultra auto cannon on a light mech. Probably an AC-10. Is he gonna get close enough? He's not. Okay. So the Toad did not get close enough. We need to continue to focus everything we got on this guy. So give me Mummy Bear. Direct line of sight. Love it. 87 and 57 is good enough for the rocket launchers for me. So nail that Nova Cat. Hit him. Tore off side. So that's 2 criticals on his mech already. I get 1 more critical on that engine and he's gone. A lot of missiles. Side torso pilot injured.
Target's taking
He's
a
unsteady
critical hit.
and unsettled.
My flamer is empty.
We gotta kill this Nova Cat. Oh, we're gonna get punched. Wait, really? A clanner is gonna punch me? The balance to the clanners will, it's going to give them a modification to their pilots in the next version of the game. In the Flashpoint compliant version, clanners have been modified to be more fluffy, because normally clanners will not melee you. They don't do that. They view that as being beneath them. It's only us filthy inner sphere pilots who do that kind of melee work. But because of that, in Battletech, normally there's an optional rule that has clanners have less accuracy on melee, and they're bringing that over into the game. Alright, we knocked out his XL engine. Excellent. That'll actually keep both of the ERPPC clans intact. Haha. Which will be a nice amount of equipment to add to the table.
Commander?
Whisper.
Orders.
I want you to just... Actually, could you step on him? 40. It's not good. That'll expose you to fire from whoever's got that ultra autocannon, but I think...
Moving out.
What do we got? It's an urban mech 2C. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so shut off the medium laser, shut off the medium laser, machine guns, try and kill me a toad, please, because the amount of damage he will deal in melee is huge. So we'd like to kill him. Okay, we've almost got one of his torsos open. Yes, I am ignoring a Kintaro for just a little bit. SRMs? I think we go SRMs. Medium lasers to off. And yeah, we can actually handle most of that heat with the medium lasers off. Just a couple more hits. Structure exposed, structure exposed. Head hit, pilot injured. Alright, the toad gets to move now. That's bad. Ultra autocannon misses both shots. Good. And now the toad gets to hit us for like 80-something damage. Because he's phenomenal. He's jumping. Okay, so he's not going to punch us. He's just going to shoot us. It did an okay amount of damage. I think we'll have Paladin go punch this Kintaro then. Heat critical? Yeah, I think we're going to have the nasty punch a Kintaro.
Starting to cook.
Paladin,
I'm here.
you do 38 damage, which is not terrible. So go swing. He's got ATMs. Ooh. You hit him. He's knocked down a tier. Excellent. So now we can operate with impunity. Whisper. I need you to just keep blazing away at Mr. Toad here. What torso side is this? This is the left torso, and he is facing what direction? So hard to see on his tiny little model. Yeah, that's his left torso. Okay. Come over here. Line him up with, well, the normal guns.
Target.
Please open him up. There we go. Left torso is destroyed. That should actually kill him. I mean, I know elementals are tough, but that's a bit ridiculous. Side injury. Pilot unsteady. He's lost his evasion. One shell ought to do it, but I gotta focus on a Kintaro.
Waiting for orders.
So get on over here. We gotta get outside of our Gauss minimum range, which will require a sprint. 52. I love it. Well, I don't love it, but it's good enough. Shut off that large laser. Let's not cook it. Okay, not great. Next turn, we'll shut off the Gauss rifle. That way we can reset the recoil on it. Sledge, it's up to you. And Sledge, you are a phenomenal pilot of great skill. And so we will do the following. We will multi-target the Kintaro. And if we can find it, somewhere down here there's a toad. Come on. He's so tiny. There we go. Alright, so the MMLs are going to nail our little buddy here, the elemental toad, because he only needs to do 20 more damage. And everything else is going to slam that Kintaro.
Affirmative.
Okay, miss, hit. Couple of lasers, but nothing too special. And then the missiles should hopefully knock out this toad. Stability check passed. If he falls over... Oh, wow, we killed him. We didn't even blow up the power armor, we just killed him. Oh, pilot incapacity. Okay, we killed the elemental. So the Kintaro coming for swing again. Because he is being so very unclanner. I'd like to take this Kintaro intact. Because Kintaros are cool. Urban Mech 2Cs are interesting, but Kintaros are cooler. So how would we do that?
Orders.
Well, first and foremost, we need to... Oh, do I want to let him move? A called shot is in order. Paladin.
I'm receiving you.
Okay, here's the deal. You're going to get on top of him, and you are going to have great accuracy to do this, by the way. I mean, the called shot is going to reduce that, but still. You're going to cook it a little bit, and you're going to aim for his head. Go for an offensive push. Come on, just a headshot would be nice. Did not work. But what we did do was we've pushed him back a phase, and now we can start really laying into this guy. And we'd prefer not to destroy most of his mech. We'd like to take it intact. Oh, 90s. Do I dare offensive push again? I think we do. Okay, I'm probably gonna regret this, but I want this mech.
Receiving you.
Whisper. Got a good opportunity to deal. Oh wait, not Whisper. My mirror.
What's up, boss?
We got a good opportunity to deal a decent amount of damage. 88s. Oh, turn everything on. Nail him. Okay, 40 damage to his other leg, so he's having a bad day. Lost his evasion. That's what we wanted. Okay, Whisper. It's time to get up close and personal with him.
Good to go.
Medium lasers on. Offensive push. Go for the head. Just fry that head. Blow the head off and I'll be so incredibly happy with you. Stability check passed. Fail a couple of stability checks, please. There we go. He's knocked over. Large laser crit. Okay, it's not dead though. And that's the important bit. I want everything I can get off of this thing. 2 of 3 health left. Okay, he will be able to stand up, but he shouldn't be able to do too much to us. Here he comes, standing back up. Still keeps a bit of stability damage. He'll walk to get rid of it. I mean, he can't run, I don't think. Can you run off a knockdown? He's gonna go for a punch again. Why? You have advanced tactical missiles. Use them. Alright, the Urban Mech is not here yet. Okay, we're fine. Paladin.
Waiting for orders.
Punch him, please.
Locked on for physical attack.
Punch! And you missed. Not great. Very much not great.
That didn't hit?
I know, I'm terrified and surprised. Oh! That's what we had been expecting and waiting. There goes the right leg. Just... See, that's what Climbers can do. Just suddenly and immediately. And Ace Pilot, oh, he's just going all out now. Alrighty, so...
Good to go.
Mummy Bear, would you like to put a bullet through his skull? Because I'd really like you to do that. Fortunately, he might be a bit too evasive for us to do that. Yeah, shut off the Gauss rifle. We're going to let it recoil. Oh, we hit that leg. Down to 10. So, Whisper now. Whisper's going to hang out. Can I get a side shot? No, I can't. But Whisper's going to hang out. No! I did not want to do that. Decided to just off to the hospital at the end of this match? Yeah, he does that on occasion. Stand up. That's super unfortunate because Whisper was going to be able to do so much damage to this guy.
Confirmed.
Offensive push. Nah, losing 10% is not something I can afford right now. Blast him. And hope we get a leg shot. He avoided most of that, jeez. He's improved to confident. Urban Mech gets the go and then we do. Urban Mech, don't have a shot, please. Okay, he doesn't. So what I want to do is I want to blow this leg off.
Talk to me.
And in order to do that, I need to be on his right side.
Orders?
Or behind him. Yeah, that'll work.
Acknowledge.
We're gonna cook it. I don't think... Yeah, because we didn't cook it last time. So we're safe on this one. I can't shoot legs from behind? Are you serious? That's some bull. Alright, we're just gonna go for normal attack then, see if we can't knock him over. We just need a little bit more damage to that leg, and if we get it... Unsteady.
Watch my heat level.
Ammo explosion is high, and now he gets to move. And he's gonna blast again. He cut right through... Oh, do not destroy that arm. Just do not blow that arm apart, please. He's gotta walk. And he's heat critical again.
Commander?
Mummy Bear, get me a good shot on this guy. Activate the Gauss rifle. Blow him apart, please.
Roger that.
There we go. That's the leg we've been looking for a whole match. He's down to 1 wound. Whisper walks up, machine guns the head, and then we're done here. Well, aside from the Urban Mech.
This heat is cooking my internal structure.
We're paying in order to try and get something really good. Because a Kintaro full of ATMs would be really good. Go for the head. You have enough machine guns to do it. Please.
Good to go.
Oh, there goes the right arm. A torso would do it too. I don't think we got it. Never mind. We just blew it to pieces. We blew up the ammo. Unfortunate. Okay, we can no longer sprint because we are missing a leg.
My mech is limping.
And lob a couple of missiles. They won't hit, but they're always nice to have. So all of that work, and the gosh darn Kintaro just ended up ignoring. Ooh, 2 good hits on the Enforcer. Nailing the arm with the cannon. Let's not allow that to happen.
I'm your spaniel.
You do need to chill. That is a concern of mine. I think we'll walk. Get rid of some of this heat.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, we should at least get the ERPPCs. I'm not sure what I'll do with them, but we'll get them. Turn off this. Turn off one of these. Wow, we are really cooking. Medium lasers can I work with? Okay, we'll fire with those.
Loaded.
Chill out for a turn, but still firing. Which is kind of how this mech was designed to operate. just constantly blasting away. Can't move there. 78 is pretty good. It is our right arm that is... Yep, right arm's broken, so we'll shield with the left.
Move order received.
And ammo can't explode. I mean, we can lose the Gauss rifle ammo and have to buy it again, but I'm going to push it. Nail them with the large laser, but we are cooking. Oh, I forgot the emergency shutdown.
Way over the red line.
That's going to be a problem. Whisper, get on top of this guy.
Roger that.
Just start laying into him with as much machine gun fire as you got. Structure exposed, that's what we wanted. Ooh, heat sink's destroyed. Not that he really has a problem with heat, but he's lost a couple of them.
Heating up.
Sledge, can you bring it home? 59. Got a better shot than that? Not really. That's okay.
Copy that.
Oh, I should cover that part a little bit better.
Roger.
Yep, put him over the line. And unsteady losses of Asian, but he's going to be able to move next. Audio problems? What sort of audio problems?
Talk to me.
Is it just not working anymore, or is it going nuts on like being super garbled? We've had that before.
Everything I've got.
There we go, left, I think it's destroyed. This does take out most of this mech. He's out of one wound. So Whisper should possibly machine gun this out again. My voice is cutting in and out. Maybe that's just my noise again, so let me adjust things. Oh, it's fine there? Okay. Refresh the stream rate. That might fix your problem.
Moving to
Alright, Whisper, go for the headshot. Shot off the large pulse laser, shot off the medium laser, just keep it under heat. All I need is a couple machine guns instead. Never mind, just a bullet holding it.
smoked one.
Alright, so we killed the fireman. If we had gone just to murder them all completely, that would have gone a lot better. But we tried to protect and save a couple of mechs, and that ended up hurting us quite badly. Somewhat unfortunate, but things worked out. We ended up alive, and we have a lot of extra cash, so we can't just kind of sit on things if needed. And there wasn't anything important that got blown up. Literally, the lane was empty, so losing the lane was no problem. So that is going to keep Select in the hospital for a while. That's going to keep the crab in repairs for a while, but other than that, it's not bad. It's Spaniel, like Cocker Spaniel, like the dog. It really creeps me out every time I say that. So 91,000 for all that. The crab dead. Oh wait, no, I forgot. Sledge has an injury with this cockpit. This flex tweet. He can ignore an injury. So even though he fell down, he's not going to be in the hospital. Beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 parts for the Kintaro. ERPPCs. Clan cockpits, endosteel, clan endosteel, ferrolaminar. Do we even want a heat bank? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Oh, I know these things. This is just reinforced structure. Plus 25% structure weight. Plus 50% structure points. There's too much to get. Climate is still amazing. It's minus 50% structure. It only takes 7 slots instead of 14. We're gotta have that. The enhanced imaging cockpits, 10% damage reduction, plus 5% weapon damage dealt. And the ferrolaminar is minus 20% damage taken and plus 20% structure points. I cannot take these things. There's just so much good here. Ultra AC 10, the PAS threat. No matter what happens, we're gonna get cool stuff. We could get 4 points if it's whatever. I wish we had more salvage. This is so good. Yes, give me more things, please. Pretty please give me more cool stuff. Weapons specifically. I went for equipment, but oh come on. My mic is choppy. Let me check something. See, the mic appears to be operating a little bit. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's getting a little bit choppy. But we are getting to the end of the stream. So I suppose I will work on that off stream and try and fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that off stream. Alright, so we ended up getting patchwork materials, man. We got no double heat sinks. We did get an ERPC and an ATM 6, plus parts for everything. So that's wonderful. Oh, that's lovely. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's not the video YouTube because the game audio is great, so it is my mic. So let me just mess around with that a little bit. I don't know if that'll fix anything. Probably not. But luckily it only happened in the last like 10 minutes of the stream, so I will be able to mess with that when I'm off stream just to make sure there's nothing quite wrong with it. But it is definitely looking a bit choppy on my indicator. Actually, let me do this. Test. There we go. How is this? Is the choppiness fixed? That is my greatest question. It could take a little while for it to actually go through. Alrighty, so we'll go through all this. Tiny 6,000. Well, we paid for the mission and got everything back, so there is that going for us. Alright, so the audio is fixed. Good. Because we've got a little bit more that we want to work on. So, 18 days on the crab. 2 days in the assy, 1 on the arrow, 4 on the enforcer. Put the enforcer up top. That way this will be done mostly. Actually, no, I should put the crab up first, because the crab's going to take forever. We got a lot of good stuff on that mission. We could have gotten even more, but, well, obvious problems. A little accident. An alarm goes off in the command center, drawing her attention. Darius checks the readout and says, "Commander, something just exploded in the mech bay." A moment later, Yang's voice coming over the comm. Sorry, boss. We had a bit of an accident down here. Nothing to worry about. Nothing's on fire. Just one of the techs having an off day. We'll get it straightened out. We'll have Yang handle the issue. -2 tech points. That's gonna suck. -2 tech points is not good, especially since we've got a lot of repairs we need to get done. 1 more day for the arrow. Okay. Check out our mech wars. See if anybody got anything fixed. Yes, we can get that additional piling for his plus max evasion. Mummy Bear is... I kind of want to put her evasion, but tactics would not be terrible. Paladin is saving. Roulette is also saving. Sledge is saving. Sunfish is saving. And Whisper is saving. So the mechs are... or the mech pilots are great. Let's check out our mechs themselves. See, we've got our Enforcer. Can I do anything with the Enforcer? I don't think so. Well, what I could do is the clan cockpit we got. The enhanced imaging, which gives us plus 5% weapon damage. Would that be good? The Gauss rifle already is dealing additional damage, right? So it's 70 normal, plus the fact that we have an Enforcer 7S, which is a special Enforcer, which deals additional damage. Yeah, bonus Gauss accuracy and damage, but it gets recoil. So giving it an enhanced imaging would help with that damage even more, plus 5%. So is there anything else I can do in here? I could give it clan endosteel, but that wouldn't help. I mean, we're not hurting for slots here. Patchwork materials I don't need. Yeah, let's give it the clan cockpit. Our Anasi could use potentially the ATM. What ammo does that ATM use? Missiles, because we did pick one up. ATM 6. It uses LRM ammo bins. Okay, so it wouldn't go on this mech. But yeah, 12 damage times 6. That is pretty nasty. Plus 2 accuracy on this weapon. 1 evasion pip ignored. Plus 50% criticals. It's really, really nasty. You can't use special ammos or TTSs though. So there is that going for it. Or against it, I suppose. Do I want to go ferrolaminar in this thing? I think I kind of do. That'll enable case, so we don't have to worry about ammo explosions anymore. Or at least not major ones. Ferrolaminar is minus 20% damage taken, plus 20% structure points. That, oh wait, no, we can't because we have to get rid of the ferrofibros. It's a painful weapon, maybe on the hot rod. It's a bit small to put on the hot rod because the hot rod only has 2 hard points. So really, the hot rod needs LRM 20s, MRM 40s, or the ATM 12, because those are the big ATMs. So it's a bit small to put on the hot rod, but maybe in the future. This mech, we could put the clan endosteel on the crab. That would free up 7 slots, and that would give us options to put things on the mech again. Because right now, one of the problems we have with the crab is there's no slots left for what it's got. So that would not be a terrible thing to try. The Jenner has an injury-resist cockpit. The Arrow has no cockpit, but it really doesn't need one. I really wish I had gotten some of those clan double heatsinks, because they're small. Like, they only take up 2 crit slots instead of 3. And they do the exact same thing as a normal heatsink. Clan endosteel doesn't really get me anywhere. I mean, it reserves the same amount of weight. It's just better because it has fewer slots. This mech doesn't need anything, if we're completely honest. We got that ERPPC, though. Let's just quickly check it out, see how good this thing is. It is 6 tons instead of 7. 55 heat compared to 40. Wow, that's hot, but it deals 75 damage. You know, the Enforcer might be able to make use of that. Let's cycle time just one more tick. I want to check out what I can do to that Enforcer, because the plus 5% damage on that Enforcer is pretty big. So if I put on ferrolaminar, equipment, ferrolaminar doesn't give me any heat back, does it? Or any weight, it does not. So what we'll need is we remove the ER-Lars laser, we remove the rocket launchers. It gives me 7.5 tons. It's only going to be 6 tons. So there's that. ERPPC. And do I have a lower arm or a hand or anything? I don't. And I don't dare put them on the same arm. So we have 1.5 tons remaining. We then take a patchwork materials. We now have 2 tons remaining. We go to heat sinks, we add on an additional 6, and our heat efficiency is now 36 of 60. And just to remind myself, this was 36 of 40. Well, 30 of 40. I don't think we got the heat to do it. That's cooking. It's a hugely hot weapon system. We may have to build a mech around it, like specifically for an ERPPC, because it's huge. It's 75 damage. It does more damage than the Gauss rifle if we didn't have the Enforcer perk. But I don't see how we can make it work on this particular mech, which is unfortunate. We gotta build a mech around this thing, though. The Jenner, maybe? 55 heat is a tall order. Check out our Jenner. Or the Anasi? We'd have to lose all the missile launchers, but the Anasi is fast and pretty tough. Got Angel ECM endosteel, and we were saving for stealth armor. Let's think about this. So the blackjack's already built around 1 super hot heavy weapon, so we can't touch that. So if we remove the SRM6s, that gives us our weight, and that also, you know, the ammo problems. No ballistic slots is a bit unfortunate. And the fact that this is in the hand is also a bit unfortunate. So give me the ERPPC. Our heat is massively out of line, yeah. So we'll dump that. So let's first get our heat in order. That should be the first thing we do. So let's start throwing heat sinks on this sucker. 2 heat sinks over here. And we need to get to 55 heat. We're almost there. We've got 4 tons left. What do we put on 4 tons? We have missile hardpoints and support hardpoints. Plasma torch. Arc welder. They're both -1 accuracy. 15 damage, 10 heat. 35 damage, 20 heat. What do you guys think? If we completely swap the Anasi, technically it's losing a lot of firepower. It is. But it's getting an ERPPC. Now this is a lot of SRM ammo. And that's a lot of potential. Oh wait. Maybe we put it on the hot rod. So, half taking Raider's suggestion, instead of putting the ATMs on the hot rod, we build the chassis around the ERPPC. Because it's got nothing left. I mean, it's been completely shattered. We have to completely rebuild this mech. And it's got 4 energy hardpoints. We put it on the hot rod. Because it's a 60-ton mech, which should be able to handle the heat, because we'll be able to bulk it up and put a whole bunch of other equipment on it. Oh, I think we got a plan. So we're at 2.4 million, so we're just going to chill until the crab is back, so we've got a while. But we're not going to be going on another mission today. We have done all the missions that we can do. But I think the hot rod is the way to go with that ERPPC. I really think that'll work. And then we can also equip it with, we can also equip, oh wait, we have so much cash. Why am I not doing ship upgrades? I'm a fool. This needs 3rd repair bay to work efficiently. Structural repair. Yeah, let's fix the structure. 90,000, 15 days. Super cheap, super quick. I can't believe I haven't been doing that. Okay, so the plan going forward is the hot rod will get the ERPPC plus whatever support weapons we can put on it. Preferably LRMs, but the... Preferably LRMs, but the ATM may be a good alternative. Also, let's check our parts value. We're almost at another commando, which we will probably sell. And we're almost at an oxide. We have almost a Vindicator. Almost a Jaeger mech. And no assaults. Oh, and we're currently looking at a Novacat Prime, which would be pretty awesome to have. So yeah, an interesting place that we've left today. We've taken some injuries, but we're doing fantastic on cash. We're on a planet that has access to a couple of low-level clan assault missions, which is a good place for us to farm equipment, which hopefully will allow us to come out of leaving eventually Rochelle with a lot of supplies. And we're in the Free Worlds League, which is where we wanted to be. We're working for House America at this point. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's stream. We got a lot done, 2.5 hours, a little bit longer than we normally do. But I think it was well productive. Moving forward, we're probably going to break the streams up. So far, the only one person has mentioned that they want to have what days they want to break up the games onto. So currently, it is Leading Starfleet Command would be played on Wednesdays, and then Saturdays would be all Roguetech. So if you have any thoughts on that as to what you want to see, or if you don't want to see the breakup, let me know in a comment on one of the videos somewhere so I can see it, not just written in chat here. That way I will actually have easy access to actually be able to tally things up. But as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is the last stream before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to y'all. I will, of course, probably say Merry Christmas in one of the future videos where it's actually Christmas Day, but I just want to say it here since we're all here personally and live. So I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, and I will wish you a Happy New Year later on, because I will see you before New Year's. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.